about, and that's the first game. So it's very exciting.
Who would you rather be?
Hard to say. I think Tundra.
Fantastic words there from Rezo. Nice. Smiles all around as well. Very much ready for the game. We'll see how ready he is though, because Tundra, they're going to find him here for this first bit of action. Trapped out by the shots, or maybe not. No, we can't quite get around. Doesn't matter. He's going to get hooked underneath the tower. Christmas gets the angle, but Saxa was the first to get that first kill. Gets first blood for Saxa, but in return, Nisha will be able to pick up the kill onto 9 there off the back of that excellent hook for Chrysalis.
Trade, but Nisha, as you mentioned, he gets the kill, so we'll get that earlier bottle for the matchup mid. And yeah, let's look at all these lanes, how they're going to be broken down, right? We've got the snaking. He's been playing this Mirana time and time again throughout this tournament. 4 branches, strong laning items, and we've got this, this 33 tied with Saxa on his Hoodwink. Something they haven't played too much as of late, but they used to play it a lot. Get a hook onto the tide, they'll be just fine. And yeah, lots of physical damage coming out from this bottom lane. Something that I think can be sometimes deceptive.
Well, I mean, look at that. Nisha's kind of interested in getting involved in a bit of a chase there. Ooh. But won't continue to take any more attention away from the middle lane, or just be left to Chrysalis and Puppey to chase 33 down a little bit. Chrysalis, of course, having to be careful himself. As we'll see them settle here into the laning stage. And, you know, we've got to sort of talk about as well comments there from Aoi before the game. Do you sort of like that approach? Game 1 of the grand finals.
Oh yeah, I like it.
Just to see if you can deal with it. You've got many games to recover if it doesn't go great.
You know, it's something that people always talk about with Puppey, right? What he does, he gives the team their heroes. If he beats it, then it's like, oh my god, you know, you kind of break a team strategy. So I think it's a really cool approach. And just looking at these lanes now, we have the Lich Pudge versus the Tide versus Hoodwink. Both of the bottom heroes on Secret starting with putting up protections to deal with that physical damage, to try to tank up, because sometimes, like we mentioned, it can be a bit deceptive.
Let's have a look at some of these lanes. I mean, overall, who do you have the biggest concerns for? Anybody going to have a specifically tough time in these early minutes?
I'm looking at bottom, to be honest with you. I mean, it depends on how much damage they're able to do with this like Gush plus this Acorn shot, but it's a lot of magical burst that could sometimes trip up a Tide, so see if 33 is able to hold up with it. They are pretty limited on regen also, but it tends to be, you know, the Tundra approach, not having too many tangos. They like their mangos a lot.
And this mid lane matchup in particular, you know, of course, 9, one of the fantastic mid players to just continue to bring these heroes in that nobody else will really consider playing mid. Here he is, of course, bringing out the Tusk once again in game 1 of the grand finals. Up against the Nisha Leshrak, though. Yeah, you've got to imagine on paper, this is not going to be too easy for the Tusk, right? He's got to be careful against Nisha.
I think just because of that kill that Nisha gets, you know, the bottle coming out so early. Otherwise, I've seen this Tusk actually be pretty decent in a lot of these matchups versus range. But yeah, I think Nisha, he's going to have a blast.
Chrysalis is going to be okay here. Both spells on cooldown from Saxa and 33, so no further chase, but fair bit of a harass, keeping Chrysalis pressured underneath the tower.
Starts to get easier for Secret once they get the Frost Shield levels, which they now do have, so a lot of that physical damage resistance for Chrysalis. But as we've seen so many times, Tundra, this offlane, these two, they're special together. Something about them. They even lane matchups you think they can't win, they sometimes end up just doing some type of crazy lane shenanigans and coming out ahead of it. So let's see how they do adapt.
I mean, what are some of the things that they do so well that kind of means that they, you know, countless times they are the duo that's just winning out in this lane?
It just feels like they always know how to trade a little bit better. Either they either trade or they just do these constant lane pulls, shenanigans with Saxa, just re-manipulating where the lane positioning is. So it's just a Tundra specialty. We're seeing top also starting to have a bit of struggle, as tends to happen versus these Enigmas. The Eidolon's building up. Chrysalis will be okay.
I mean, that bottom lane really...
It's the lane to watch.
It's a case of, you know, how much do Tundra try and push for that kill on the Pudge?
Yeah,
before Chrysalis is suddenly getting buffed up and able to turn around. You know, Saxa in particular has to be very, very careful how close he gets to the Pudge. Up on the top lane so far. Any sort of surprises here?
No, not so much. I mean, the Eidolon spam, you know, it continues to happen whenever you are playing those carries. It's going to be affecting you a little bit. But Skeeter, he's holding his own, him snaking. They have kill threat constantly, too. The early point in net with that arrow combo. So something to look out for, especially on Zayat. But Rezo, he's always got those Eidolons, so they have a lot of ways to protect and block arrow combos and stuff like that with the summons.
Yeah, and all in all, in terms of the how good the game is for the Enigma, you know, how good is it for Rezo? Is it going to be easy for him to have impact with the Black Hole, or is this going to be one of those games where it's kind of everything else about the hero that's going to have its strengths?
It feels like that tends to be the story for the Enigma a lot of times. But if you look at his items that he's got queued up, you know, we did mention the Wraith Pact comparison of the team. He's going to go for the Black Hole plays and just play around his Malefice and stuns from a distance.
Absolutely, I think something that we're going to be very, very happy to see.
Yeah.
None of this sort of Wraith Pact rubbish, you know, we want the action, we want the Black Holes.
Hey, if you look at the way the lineups can go, at some point there is going to be that lack of BKB disable, of course, for the Enigma. Sure, they're going to have to sleep and reset and do these kind of fights that we see Tundra do a lot of times. We see a lot of teams do with Naga Siren, but could get to some points where you have to take these fights. Bottom is...
Oh,
he lands it!
Lovely little angle there. They've got the blast as well to slow Saxa down, but because the creeps are pushed in, tower hits will be tanked up by the wave, so Saxa able to walk out. And Crystal's definitely shown so far. I don't think he's missed a hook, really. Every single one of them on point, so got to watch out for those down the road.
But 33 is free fall. So that lane that we were taking a look at, they've actually been able to solidify for this Tidehunter pretty nicely with Saxa's harassment. And Crystal's just staying kind of low, which is a bit scary. He could constantly be getting on him.
We'll have that ring of health coming out to him, so likely to be consistently in a position where his health's a bit higher. Saxa will find himself on top of Chrysalis. They're trying to get aggressive on towards the Pudge. Saxa has the stick charges at the ready. Chrysalis, he's going to get the kill before he goes down. So they push for the kill there on the carry. I imagine something the Tundra's going to be pretty happy with. Saxa goes down, but all according to plan, I'd imagine there for Tundra, taking down Chrysalis.
Yeah, they just have, like we said, there's just such an interesting approach to the way they do it. Even the blades of attack being picked up early on 33, not going for any tanky items. This is a fighting build. Phase boots right away, trying to benefit off that Blightstone, any type of minus armor they can put onto this Pudge. And it worked.
Yep, and this is sort of the classic def you see at this sort of moment from supports in that bottom lane. Me and Saxa can get over the mid, get the bottle top back up. Voila. Definitely the sort of trades that, if you're secret, you're not going to want to allow Tundra to get against you anymore in this laning stage. Be a bit more careful on when they make the calls to commit for kills.
Up top. Not enough to chase. Catch on bottom, though. Constant aggression on these side lanes.
Once again, Chrysalis trying his best to trade, but especially when it's 33 that's the one on top of him, not at a point where Pudge just has enough damage to kind of bring down the Tide. Tide's able to threaten them. Back up in the top jungle, Zayat's and Snaking.
Snaking might be able to get this.
Same time in the mid, Nisha. He's got a decent amount of mana to try and run down 9. Stick charges are there though, and 9 far enough under the tower to survive, but back in the jungle, Snaking will win the battle of the supports.
Yeah, we see that stat build for Snaking really working. Nisha
very low around this mid lane.
There's a punch.
Saxa's coming to try and help out with the setup. He's got a bit of a bottle charge and a ferret fire. It's not enough to keep him alive though. 9 and Saxa take him down. Saxa coming out with some top moves already from sort of the intentional death bottom, helping out the mid, and once again being around that mid lane, around these power runes to get that extra bit of power that 9 needs to get a kill.
And now look at bottom. That physical damage, Chrysalis, it's too much.
Bushwhack, I mean Saxa. He's in every single bit of place that they need him to be. That's a big hit, of course, with that 3 points in anchor smash and the players of attack on top of the face. But that's a hefty right click coming out from 33 off the back of the anchor smash. And I mean, this hoodwink, it's looking kind of spooky, Fog. He's all over the place and he's making big moves.
And it's into like secret. They did the preparation, right? They had to bring the protection to kind of try to protect versus physical. They had the frost shields, but it's not enough. This build from 33, going for that Wraith Pact, more than likely rushing it. He's going to have to keep his sustain down there, too.
To top lane. What an angle there for Snaking, sneaking round through the trees, catches Rezo by surprise.
Wow.
Tundra getting kills up and down the map right now. The Eidolon's not quite enough to finish Snaking off. Maybe they can still find him in the jungle. They can, and just off to the side of the lane. They will be able to take him down in return. But very much we're seeing sort of the supports from Tundra really just enabling the cause already in this early laning stage, getting them that extra bit of a bonus off the back of these kills. 6-3, 1k lead at the moment for Tundra.
Really clever moves, really clever positioning as well too, and we're probably going to see more of these rotations, 15 seconds until we do have that power rune coming out, so eyes on Saxa, see if he does make the rotation. Even filling up again for Knight, so I want him to be as fight ready as possible. 3 heroes collapsing on both sides.
Trying to get the chance to trap him in there with the shards. Won't quite find it. We'll see 8-minute power in where it's going to be. It's going to be top. And
it's a big one.
This time they'll be able to hold on to it. Nisha able to grab it. Snowball coming out the way of Zayat. Only going to set up for the stun for Nisha. He's ready to run down 9. 9 has got the help from Saxa. Saxa with a bushwhack holds them back, but they'll still be able to run down 9. At this time, Secret, they'll bring in the extra firepower required around this mid lane. They're going to make sure that this time round, Nisha, he's not left alone.
There's just so much burst damage from both sides. We're going to be seeing heroes just getting popped left and right. But after the start of the laning phase, it's looking really nice for Tundra. Even though they were up against some of these could be tougher lanes, they've done excellent versus the Naga Siren, farming perfectly fine versus the Enigma. Even getting that early kill is a big deal. So Secret, they want to start getting a little more active.
Early little smoke here from Nisha. Feels to join Zayat and Rezo up top around this point where level 6 is online for the Enigma.
Rezo.
Black hole if he finds the chance to turn and use it. Nina's going to try to go for it, but Rezo is ready. The 6 is there. Black hole comes out onto the 2 of them. Zayat and Nisha, they're in with the cleanup. Tundra, they try and make that play.
And another one.
Now Saxon's got to be careful getting himself back into the trees, back behind the tower, but Zayat, he's still sweeping around. They may still find him. See how much they want to try and search. It's going to be difficult to find him. He's pretty deep, but Nisha, very resilient, continues to go further and further into the trees. They'll catch him as well. 3 dead on the top lane. Tundra, the ones to start that play onto Resolution. It was a big risk to Tech. They were really banking on the fact that he was on his own, but he wasn't. The smoke from mid, Secret, they catch them by surprise.
Beautiful read, really. After these last few moments, Tundra getting all these moves that are working for them. Secret, they strike back. Tundra, and also, I mean, they made this move. It's not the squishiest of heroes on the Enigma. With just these two on Tundra, they need a little bit more burst, so do have to be careful. And now he gets tower. It's gonna be really early blink going.
Yeah, early tower will definitely help fuel that purchase. Already pre-10 minutes and hitting these sort of objective timings. In this top lane now, would you imagine, if you're Tundra, how do you sort of start to slow down Secret's speed of getting control of this half of the map?
It's not going to be easy. They might have to just start making moves elsewhere. Maybe use the illusion just to scout things out, but it's not going to be easy for them to really just contest up versus Rezo now at this point. After dying once, it kind of dissuades you from really going up there until you do have, like, Sox having level 6 to have that extra beta burst damage to follow up with the Tusk. Might look to start playing around 33, I'd imagine. He's the one who's having that incredible game. I believe he has the Vlad's finished, so maybe looking to start pressuring this tower down here.
Of course, he has that Ravage good to go if he sees a chance to set up for a kill on Crystallis to get some extra help. They get the toss back onto Snake King. Doesn't stand a chance against the amount of damage they've got. Back down bottom, trying to hold back Crystallis.
It's got the Vanguard.
A bit hard to commit.
They try to glyph for it, but does get the hook onto that siege.
They're bringing in a third here, and 9 is around. With 9 diving in.
Secret's full rotating now.
And Tundra, you know, they sort of learned from the mistake up top. They don't want to try and push for these kills too much. They know that Secret at the moment, they are on full responsive mode.
It's a pretty devastating lineup to try to commit into these kills too. And as we saw, that Black Hole, also Chain Frost for the Lich, it can just turn any type of these tides.
Being much, much more careful now. See in terms of position for Tundra, they'll leave to that top lane here for the Mirana.
Yeah, just start jungling up, Skeeter scouting out with his illusions as well. They're going to constantly get cleaned up though, seeing Zayas do that a few times.
Radiant's middle tower.
See if they're able to just continue to enable space for Skeeter to keep up on the Naga side. So far, so good. Of course, has a solid 1,000 gold lead against Crystallis, carrying here for Secret on the other side.
Things are close. So, as Noto and Seb were saying, you know, the pace of the game for Secret, they probably want to accelerate things a little bit more. Tundra, whenever there's these low periods, they're pretty happy that they're not getting pressured.
You're going to see if they can take down Crystallis here with the 3 of them. See what sort of help he gets this time round. It doesn't look like there'll be enough to save him as Tundra. They'll get the kill. They strike again when they know that it's still at this point where Secret, they've probably not got the TPs back up. They just don't have the methods to respond when Tundra time their aggressive moves like that.
This Hoodwink seems to just be the specialty, right? This burst damage and getting that 6 now.
Radiant structures are
Should be able to set up for this tower, finish it up. They still have Ravage too, so the threat. Secret, look like they're going to play on the other side of the map. Nisha going to start hitting mid. He pretty much has the Bloodstone done.
That's on net worth. Nisha. He's had many of these games where he's been at the top.
And he'll have
the whole match.
He'll have this Bloodstone a bit before the Wraith Pact is going to come out too. So we've seen a couple times Tundra, they've counteracted this Bloodstone a lot because you just prevent how much damage it does, so you prevent how much healing. So if they do get that timing, Secret could start to take advantage of the map a little bit here. Bloodstone is done, so playing around this Lesh, it's going to be problematic. Tundra might have some issues in these next few moments. They're going to have to bring the Tusk and the Hoodwink maybe into most scenarios just to burst this Lesh down. We're seeing
a Secret, they know how strong Nisha is at this moment. They smoke him up, take him anywhere on the map.
It's got very
outnumbered Tundra, they'll have a very solid fight on their hands, no doubt about it. Saxa in good position,
the scan catches
by the moonlight.
Scan as well catches the Secret rotation.
So maybe unlikely now that Secret are going to be able to make this a sort of jump with any sort of level of surprise. Quick turn with the bushwhack, make sure that there's no further jump over towards Saxa, and Saxa immediately ready to turn. They trap Zayas in the shards, sets up for both the arrow and the sharpshooter to bang on target, take down the kill.
That burst from a distance, you don't really need to commit too much of anything. And now Secret, their rotation ends up not working, not getting them anything big. Does show that the Bloodstone is finished though, so I think Tundra, they're going to keep tabs of that, sit back, farm a little bit, wait until they have an opportunity to actually catch this Lash when he split away from his team. And Skeeter, he's still doing fine, you know, still loving life. Things are not too problematic, even though he has that death that they had going for the Enigma. He still has pretty good timings on his items.
Absolutely, yeah, he knows that when Secret try and poke at the rest of his team down there on the bottom half, this whole area of the map opens back up a little bit more for him. As you can see, the wall control, it's too bad at all for them. There's not any deep vision from Secret around this area, so Tundra pretty happy to continue to hold this area for Skeeter to keep the farm up and stay up there towards the top. Only a couple of hundred behind Nisha's farm.
They've got the Wraith Pack down now too, so they probably can look to just fight back into this Slash Strike. They do need to just watch out of the big ultimates that are in there too. The Lich plus that Black Hole. Just need to be careful how far they overcommit versus Secret's pretty tanky lineup. Zayats.
As we've seen many times, you've got to be careful how you try and poke towards Tundra. When Nine's around, he's just trapping you in the shards every single time you step up alone. Nisha, got that haste rune. We'll see if he's able to chase down anything in return. Nice little sidestep there from Nine. Make sure that he doesn't get caught out by the stun. Tundra's back under the tower, and Nisha won't be getting any kills today with this haste. Unless...
I mean, they're watching him though.
I mean, they know that the haste is about to come to an end. Again, some excellent dodges from both sides here. Last minute or so, Nisha making sure the arrow doesn't catch him by surprise.
They need more heroes there. If they're going to go for some type of Ravage play, they need to go for those chain stuns if they're going to try to get Nisha. Very tanky, 1800 HP with the Bloodstone.
And as you say, that is the thing as well, though, for Tundra. If they try and play with their ult Secret, they'll very much be ready to respond with their own ultimates. Both teams having huge team fight ultimates to drop. We'll see in the middle, Nisha. Just a time again, he's on his own. Bloodstone charges, but Tundra, they're just able to blow him up. A bit of a rare situation there where Nisha was alone, and Tundra, they make sure they don't miss out on the opportunity. And they make the move immediately, and nobody else is around for Secret.
No, he didn't have any help, exactly. And they dropped the Wraith Pack down, so there you see, even though he popped Bloodstone, he has all this damage coming out. It's actually not that much damage, nor that much healing. No cares if they're going to commit Ravage there, it's perfect.
Should be a free tier 1 tower, I'd imagine. They have put the fortification. We'll see if Secret try and force a fight. There's still 10 seconds, no Nisha.
Look at the vision control as well, too, from Tundra. They have Ward on high ground, kind of watching everything right now.
And they'll back off for now, respecting the fact that Nisha soon to be back up. But the damage certainly done to this tier 1, incredibly low. Next push will take it off the map. Secret, as soon as Nisha's back in play, they might just try and find some sort of move around him. This time round, making sure that they're in position to enable the Lesh and not allow him to get caught out alone.
That's the biggest thing, right? They have to start playing as much as possible around Nisha. Try to slow down Skeeter, because all these moments ticking by, this Naga Siren's just getting all the free farm in the world. Manta's finished, has an Arcane Rune, so he's going to be able to push out these lanes freely. Just keeping all these lanes shoved in, so it's hard for Secret to really make a move without them getting caught themselves. And yeah, that deep vision, Tundra, I mean, having these deep wards that haven't been taken out is a big deal right now.
4K lead for Tundra. Very much, you say, taking over the map. And with the Moonlight Shadow.
Saw
See
Rezo.
if they can catch Rezo alone. Rezo senses something's up though.
He is squishy now. I mean, he has not built any HP items whatsoever. 1000 HP. They have a plethora of burst damage.
Which is a scary place. Tundra, they won't hesitate to dive if Nine's able to set up with the shards into the trees. He's going to try for it, see what he can find, and he finds him.
It's a perfect trap.
I'll get the bushwhack in as well. Rezo getting taken down behind his tier 2 once again. Nine just continuing to be bang on target every single time with these shards.
And this is pain. I mean, look at the moments. 5K gold lead now. Crystallis, he hasn't been able to find much of anything after the laning phase. They're making all the space in for Skeeter, and they're getting kills out of it too.
They need to slow Tundra down somehow, or look to make some sort of fight happen around their own ultimates. Just set the team fight up for Nisha to be able to burn through these enemies with this incredible amount of damage he can do as the Lesh.
I mean, they're keeping all the lanes pushed in. Look, Snaking goes to the scary lane. Top, he's going to push that one out quickly. Mid's pushed in, bottom's pushed in. Skeeter's already starting to look to cut some waves. Okay, maybe suiciding some illusions, but looking to cut some waves. Yeah, the pressure on the map, it's too much right now for Secret.
Just getting information on who's sort of still sat back here in the base. They know that Rezo's only just stepping out, so they can sort of plan for the movements of this Enigma and make sure that they're ready to prepare for any sort of jump Secret tries to make on them.
And look, they're building more and more damage. Crystallis, he's really far.
Deep. Very far up the lane. Now you can see Tundra, they're a bit hesitant. They know that if he's going to play aggressive like that, chances are that the rest of Secret's there to back him up, and Secret were able to step up.
As soon as they see anything, though, 33 is just knocking on a tier 2 bottom as this Tide. Getting close to his pipe as well, so all this damage mitigation for the Lesh. I mean, it's starting to get online.
Yeah, the amount of pressure that Tundra can apply, something that we've seen them always had the power to do with the drafts they normally enter in with. 33's Tide, just being able to sit down here, Skeeter able to split the map up with his illusions. It's just a whole lot of everything that Secret's having to deal with right now.
Tower's just continuing to get hit. 33, he just knows he's free down here because he also has that ward backup. He has Skeeter near him too. Tundra playing the map beautifully. And yeah, they built it. They got that shard early on Soxa, so that burst damage that we were talking about, they're gonna have so much of it to be able to take out this Lash, to take out that tanky Pudge.
Dire's top tower
And
is
yeah,
under
lanes are already
attack.
starting to get cut. There's already a Naga Siren problem.
You very much see it in the net worth,
Radiant's
and
bottom tower is
indeed
under
so
attack.
far, Secret not really being able to use the power of the Pudge. Now, Crystal is still very much behind here in the farm, and we see underneath the tower, Tundra will start poking at him, getting him pretty low. Chain Frost will be thrown out, but not too many bounces at all. And 33's ready to go back in onto Crystal is Secret. At this stage of the game, they can't even protect their Pudge underneath their own tier 2. Rezo jumps forward. They're looking towards 9, but 9
What a
is
force
forced
step.
out to the side. He's going to be able to step away. See if they can continue to try and get any further catch. Zayas will be able to get the toss back onto 9, so they'll take him down. But
look,
very much, it's such a struggle here as we're seeing for Crystallis.
Yep.
Under tier 2, Secret, the rest of his team pretty close by. They couldn't help him.
They need to get more.
Tundra, they're ready to try and pick more kills out of this here as they head into the jungle as Secret. Catch out puppy, Ravage with 33. Puts an end to the life of Zayat, and Nisha has to step back. It's just him and Rezo on the retreat right now.
Rezo?
See if they can get any further setup. Rush from 33. Sharpshooter hit coming in as well. Respawns will be there for Secret. Crystallis back in action. Tundra, they won't push their luck. They know that they're maintaining this lead. And as we've seen time and time again, once they get that lead, Tundra,
Yeah.
they very, very rarely throw it away.
Especially if they have Skeeter on something like this Naga Siren. I mean, he's been absolutely free the whole game. He's got the Orchid, he's on his way to the heart, and it feels like there's going to start being some really big damage issues on Secret. And the map just continues to be pressured everywhere too, right? Tundra, they're forcing so much bottom. It's like 4 or 5 heroes of Secret having to react to this. Meanwhile, Skeeter's just, he's loving life. Plan is being executed perfectly by them. And for Secret approaching into any of these fights, like Zayat, he still doesn't even have his Blink Dagger yet, so him being able to jump in, get some type of repositioning, getting some fight advantages, it's not easy. Rezo is the one with the Blink as the initiator, but as we've seen time and time again, he's just very squishy at this point. He'll just die if he goes in.
It's not easy at all for him to find the chance to get these black holes off, and especially before he has that BKB done. And pretty much impossible if Tundra, they turn up in numbers.
And look at this approach from 33. You know, we were talking about damage mitigation so much. It tends to be a big thing that Tundra's going for. The pipe, the Wraith Pact, and he's even queuing up a Mage Slayer. So really cute approach. Because it's a Pudge,
through this?
Pudge and Lesh, right? Completely reliant on that magical damage. So if he just gets an Anchor Smash, if he gets that Mage Slayer applied on them, how are they going to be able to bring down the targets? Especially that Naga Siren, who's gonna have this heart pretty soon.
Each passing moment here, each minute, Tundra is getting further and further ahead. Very much feeling the control they have on the game this early on as well. 22 minutes in, 8K lead.
Yep. And they even have, you know, 9. Oh, we got the Orchid coming out.
We'll be lucky to find an illusion rune.
He'll be all right. And yeah, they also have 9, who's going to be going for his standard Tusk build. He's going to be that straight physical damage burst also. So they have kind of everything going for them here to be able to take down Focus Fire the Pudge, Focus Fire the Lash, reduce their damage, and take objectives. That's the other big thing too. It's going to allow them to get Roche a little bit easier and push those towers.
It really very much is a case of, you know, even through that Bloodstone heal, Tundra, they will kill Nisha so quickly. The Secret's response, it has to be immediate with their sort of counter initiations in terms of the black holes and such.
I mean, it's 22 minutes and there's only 2 Flesh Heap stacks. Never a position you want to be on the Pudge. But Crystallis, he's got Ags done. Let's see what he's going to be able to do with this.
So around the mid there, looking towards 33. This is not an easy kill.
He's very tanky.
Very, very tanky. And
oh my God, okay, there we go.
I mean, they have to. I don't think they're getting that kill if they don't then.
They got it before he drops the pipe, before he drops the Wraith Pact, so sure. I mean, getting him off the map is
That's the only way they kill him.
Yeah.
They've got to do it quick, they've got to do it safe, they've got to use the black hole in situations like that. I'll take him off the map, and it will at least sort of give them a bit of peace here, maybe for the 30 seconds. Knowing that Tundra, they won't have the tide for the fight, but nonetheless though, Tundra, they're still that farmed that they'll definitely still go for a quick kill.
Bottom.
Tide or not.
More than enough damage, probably. There it is. And some Deso stacks for 9.
See Lotus now done as well for Nisha, so a little bit of an extra way that he can try and prepare himself for the fight. Give him a bit of a better shot of not being blown up. Some of the targeted abilities from Tundra.
Yep, be able to protect him also if there's like a snowball. He can even get inside the snowball if they play it a little bit perfectly. He can also dispel the boomerang buff, or debuff that is, which amplifies all that damage. Nisha?
This bottom tier 2 so scary, surely. Here for Secret, unless they can ensure that Tundra put off from diving, and they will manage to get back. Christmas, he hits the hook. Grabs back 9 before Skeeter's able to do anything to save him. And sort of frees the rest of Secret there with the song. So a good catch onto 9 there. Secret coming in with some level of response now to the moves from Tundra. It's definitely not as smooth sailing as it has been for the last 10 minutes. Secret able to slow them down a little bit by bit.
Yep, and now they have the blink on the Tiny, so an actual initiator rather than just forcing Rezo to be that one to jump in with Black Hole. Getting themselves back on the map. Every time they do kill one of those heroes, it feels pretty massive, at least for Secret, but Tundra doesn't seem like they care too much.
And it's just the Naga Siren, right? You know, Skeeter, he doesn't care if he sees a hero or a teammate die every now and then, wants a minute just one off on their own. As long as he's still hitting the creeps, he is happy. Top of the net worth, and indeed with his heart, you can see Skeeter. Him and his illusions, it's not going to be easy to deal with. Sort of the main way to deal with it in terms of the Pudge and the Leshrac. We know that Tundra, they can kill these heroes. As underneath the tier 2 mid, they're looking towards Chrysalis. Skeeter, he's ready to commit in. As they go right in on top of him. Nisha will turn up for the fight, but not able to make any sort of move in time to save him. Chrysalis goes down. And you see 33, he's ready to just waltz right underneath the tier 2 as well. Science will jump over the toss back.
Chain Frost.
They are getting 9 pretty low. He's able to get the snowball off in time. Ravage there for 33 ensures the 9's got the space to step back. As Zayats will fall. The bushwhack from Saxa finishing him off. Secret trying their best to deal with this team fight. These dives, this aggression that Tundra is performing. Most times, 9 out of 10, they're not able to deal with it. No. They're not able to stop them from getting what they want. Tundra, they'll push down mids, take down this tier 2. Everything continues to just being ticked off the list here for Tundra.
This Skeeter Naga is just way too farmed, really, for them. Once he shows up to the fight, they're like, oh my god, we do not have enough damage to go through 3,000 HP. It's gonna take them quite a while, and it's into Wraith Pack, and it's into Pipe, and also we saw our beautiful observer point out an extra cloak purchased up. He is gonna be going back for the Mage Slayer, as we mentioned. He was queuing up Blink for a moment, but yeah, just really looking for all that damage mitigation, making sure that Skeeter will probably never go down unless he gets caught by absolutely everything. So for Secret, next few moments, pretty difficult for them to look for these fights. Multiple Blink daggers. You see even Puppey gets a Blink. They need any type of follow-up. They need the big burst, right? If they catch 1 or 2 heroes in a black hole, they need absolutely everything.
That's a lot of weight on Resolution.
It is.
He's got to do something incredible. We get the toss back here on a Snake King, but Puppey's low. Rezo's going to use the black hole.
It's only on 1.
Catches Snake King though, and the song's out. Tundra, they're able to reset the team fight. Puppey goes down. Zayats also to fall. As they'll lose Snake King, but they get 2. Once again, Tundra just proving at this stage to be almost impossible for Secret to fight into.
Tough position to use Black Hole. Pre-BKB, even to all these stuns, into Song.
I mean, he must be close to the BKB, right, Rezo?
Getting closer. I mean, he bought the shard, he bought the lens, so he has delayed it quite some time for himself. And Tundra now, they probably are like, okay, well, no Black Hole. We can probably look for Roshan.
Straight to Roshan, indeed. They know that there's going to be no chance of Secret heading out to this area of the map.
And they kill it fast. With Riptide, with Deso, with Gush. See all that minus armor coming into play on top of the Orchid. Secret, they are reacting though, bringing 4 heroes. Scan is going to catch them.
See if they can get any sort of fight going here. It's not easy, there's no Black Hole to rely on. They're still taken straight into the fight with Chris as he walks forward. Snowball's going to be there for now. Gets them over towards Nisha. They're trying to step back though. Nisha getting off a good amount of damage this time. See by the sharpshooter. Comes in, takes down Zayats. Chris is trying to stand his ground with the dismember. They force 9 back to safety. Roshan falling low. Chrysalis also having to back away as 33. He's trying to finish off the Roche. Puppey and Nisha, they're stepping into the pit as well, but 9 heads in Snowball. They get the Ravage off the same time. Rezo tries to jump in to steal the Aegis, but 9 only picks it up. 3 dead on Secret. They'll take the Aegis quickly out the hands of 9. But Secret, they're getting chased back away from the pit. Very much felt like a bit of a last-ditch attempt there from Secret to try and stop Tundra, but they couldn't take the fight around the Roche pit. It's 4 dead, 9 continuing to chase. We'll see Puppey able to blink out just in time. It's a good fortune that he has that item there.
I mean, it's wild how much damage is reduced there. In most situations, if there's not a pipe, if there's not a Wraith Pack,
they were so clumped up and they just still didn't die.
Look how much they only. I'm saying only because when we've seen these Pudges on these Leshes, when they're able to stick on targets, 3 heroes inside that, you would probably see some 10,000 worth of damage or something. But look at this, the damage mitigation completely protecting everybody there.
Secret, they really had to go all in to make a move like this, and they certainly do. They go straight into the the pit, and of course, having to try and fight. Rezo doesn't have his black hole back up.
Look at the micro too, right? The Wraith Pack. Look, he pops it and sends it up north to kind of hide it away from everybody. So Secret, they're panicking to try to kill this thing, and meanwhile, they're all just dropping lower and lower.
Yeah.
Great plays from 9. The Snowball initially to dodge the Chain Frost with his team, and then Snowball to kind of guarantee that they can get up that Roshan. Beautiful plays from Tundra. Masters of the team fight.
They are seeming unstoppable here so far in this game. 18K lead.
And it's also, you know, Ravage, it wasn't up until that exact moment
Nisha
as well, too.
Stepping up in the mid, they've got the arrow connection. He's already used the Bloodstone here. Look at the Lotus Orb off in time. A bit of safety in his own Snowball, but it's only going to tear him far away from the safety of any of his teammates as Nisha will get slowly but surely taken out. Poppy as well to fall. Zayat's caught out by the net. It's going to be 3 dead on Secret. We'll see how much further they want to play this one out. It is grand finals after all, but this game one, it just looks like there's very few answers at all to what Tundra's doing right here.
And it's versus that Lesh. They gave the Lesh. They had an idea, they had a concept, and it's working beautifully.
Radiant structures.
Full control of the game.
I mean, 33. As this, you know, how we ended it at the end there. You know, talking about how important the Tide is, how good he is on this hero, and we're seeing it 4-1 and 15. Even without the Ravage, we see the effects he's able to do from start to finish of this game.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Of course, Tundra, we've seen many times before in the games that they play, when they have this sort of lead, they'll ever so careful not to allow any opportunity for it to slip away from them. So they'll back off from the push for now.
Interesting to point out also, Skeeter did buy the shard as well, so feels like they're really understanding this. Limit the damage. You know, this is going to heal for 40%. They're reducing the damage that's coming out from the Pudge and Lesh, so how are they going to kill these big beefy targets,
They
right?
have to catch them split up. But as we've seen, it's very few situations where Tundra, especially at this moment of the game, they choose to sort of fall back into positions that allow them to get caught one by one.
Always playing around each other perfectly. Hook.
Trying to get a first 33, but he has got the Ravage. Will pop it, and now there's the jump forward. 9 just straight in, takes him out. Rezo, he has got the black hole off onto the 2 of them, but do they have the damage? Chain Frost out, the BKB is already out from 9 and Skeeter. It was a nice 2-man black hole, but there wasn't any follow-up, and now Tundra, it looks like once again, they're setting up for the cleanup. They've got the catch on Tanisha. Bushwhack will trap him against the tree. The arrow for Snake, it keeps him locked down. He'll try and step back, but Tundra, the 4-5 of them, chase him down. He'll go for the TP out. He won't break it. Everybody dead on Secret. Tundra, they're ready to resume pushing down the mid.
Radiant's middle barracks are under
Just
attack.
seems like they're just way, I mean, this time they're way too far ahead, but they're always just, like you mentioned, everyone's always playing around each other. This time, Ravage is at the ready, 33 not even coming close to dying. And now they're all full health because Skeeter pops a song and heals them up as well. Tundra.
Radiant's bottom tower
We'll see if they go for one more fight. But that one more fight for Secret, once again, will be lacking the big ultimates. Black hole, of course, used by Rezo there in an attempt to get something going, but really with the BKBs that Tundra have, if they get it off beforehand, then there's absolutely no chance of Secret killing these cores.
top tower is under attack.
30k gold lead. I mean, full item for each hero pretty much coming out now.
This is just, it's not a position where we've really seen any teams be able to turn things around when they've been against Tundra in particular.
Especially
Tundra get this sort of lead against you, it very much is over, unless something incredible happens.
Especially when they have this Naga Siren, really. They've looked to be amazing. These illusion carries in particular for Skeeter, right? His CK, his Naga has been a pleasure to watch. In Secret, they tried to set that pace early game, but almost never in this game did they actually have a lead. The gold was always actually pretty much in favor of Tundra.
Tundra smoked up, and you can feel it. They're ready to go for the finisher here.
Puppy, blinking in.
All right, walk it down mid.
Trying to catch the creep wave or something.
Trying to get some sort of a distraction, you know, take Tundra away from the push.
But the
buying
waves,
some time.
the waves are all in, though.
See bottom there, Nisha. Might be in a bit of trouble once again. We'll see Puppy coming with the buyback, but that sharp shot there from Saxon, nearly finishing him off. They'll go with the snowball over towards Crystallis. Chain Frost comes out from Puppy. Crystallis commits it with the BKB onto 33, but 33 is just so
There's no damage.
He barely cares at all that this Pudge is on top of him. Another hook from Chrysalis will catch on, but 33...
Oopsie.
It wasn't the cleanest combo, but at this point, Tundra, they don't even need to hit these combos. They'll just back off and reset. Not the Ravage into song that, you know, will sort of blow away Secret, but they can afford to mess that up sometimes. They got a 32k lead.
Yeah, they're like, we don't need it. It's fine, you know? Do I have to watch out, though, as we see Black Hole back up in 10 seconds? It's going to have to be a 5-man. Even then, I don't know. Doesn't even feel like they'll have the damage anyway.
It's got to be a 5-man, and it's got to catch them before they press BKB.
Yeah. And before Wraith Pact or Piper down.
Will find 9 in the trees. He gets the BKB off before the dismembers there. Saxo able to poke in from the side.
He's waiting.
Bushwhack. Chrysalis, he's getting low. 9 tries to chase him out. Chrysalis gets taken down. 9 caught by the fear. You see at the side though, they're focusing down Nisha. Nisha goes down. 4-star to the side. 9 caught by the avalanche. They will go down. Secret able to find some sort of semblance of a trade there. They'll take out 9 immediately. Nisha does commit in with the buyback. I'll see if there's anything Secret can do here with this minute where Tundra are without their mid laner.
Nisha can never walk up. He just walks in and gets fully focused from everyone on Tundra. And another item coming up for Skeeter in a moment.
My goodness.
More heal prevention, more damage reduction, etc. Scotty's going to be coming out also for this Naga.
Extra illusion as well with the level 20.
Yeah.
And illusion rune found us on top of that also. I expect us to continue to just see all 3 lanes push right up to the base of Secret. If Secret are going to try and find that, what needs to be an immaculate team fight, 5-man Black Hole, it's just going to be so hard for them to do it anywhere outside of the base. Leaving this area of the map, leaving the, you know, the some sort of safety of the high ground, it's just so tough against what Tundra's doing on the map right now.
Tundra's on cruise control. Look, Snaking's even got boots to travel on the 5 Mirana.
Nice.
They don't know what to do, bro. Come on, relax, bro.
Okay, keep moving, guys. I got Vicky. Oh.
Well, there we go, very much. Because he's Secret, I think they know that this is a spot game 1 that's tough, but there's a long series ahead of them, so
they're
making sure to keep things light, keep things positive, and very much still continuing it to give it their all. Smoked up here, Zayat and Resolution.
I think most people find it, you know, you hear Puppy like kind of laughing in these type of games, and you're like, oh, okay, whew. A heart now for 33.
This is a scary place of Resolution and Zayat. Very close by to Tundra.
In the trees. Everyone on Tundra is just so farmed at this point. Pretty much every single hero in core.
Zayat. So hard to get
I'll get over it.
any grab, any toss back.
Oh yeah, Snaking's got bots, Lotus, 4-staff, Drum.
I mean, massive.
5-position Mirana, by the way.
We've seen some farm supports today. This one's certainly up there from Snaking.
Tundra just tend to do this a lot of times too, right? Distribute their wealth nicely, especially, I mean, at this point in this game, of course, when they have all the space in the world, but...
Can they see 33, but
he's got 4,000 health.
They're gonna try. Look at the toss back. It's just, it feels so rough to try and commit onto this tide.
He just Mage Slayer hits them and they do nothing.
They've got to back off. 33's toying with the idea of a Ravage as well. Nisha really getting caught out by the Bushwhack. Will get jumped by 9. He's in with the Walrus Punch. A Secret just scrambling back up towards the high ground. And I tell you what, I think they're quite lucky to get out of there with nobody going down.
They can't even, I mean, they tickle the tide. This build really from 33 is working perfectly. I mean,
it's unkillable.
The Pipe Wraith Pack we've seen so many times, but just throwing in this Mage Slayer because he sees that both cores have this magic damage emphasis.
6-1 and 21, exactly what you hope to see from your offlane.
4-1-15 on Skeeter.
Should be another one here for Tundra. Again, these illusions from Skeeter making sure that Secret, they cannot even dream of getting anywhere close to the Roshan.
Every lane pushed in. Puppy, up for a journey, trying to maybe collect some bounty runes. Blinks will be okay, Snaking won't find him. But the Roche acquired 40k gold lead, back to business.
Absolutely just passing by the sort of 1k gold a minute, something that you very rarely see in terms of a lead in at this stage of the game. Pretty much a full nullifier done as well from 9. Even tougher to try and protect that core that gets jumped upon by 9.
They're looking to go to, they're smoked. So many of these heroes just get immediately burst down, especially Puppy.
With that Aegis, Tundra know that they can look to get into the face of Secret.
33's taking the tower by himself. He's just anchor smashing it.
Yeah.
He's got the talent.
Chrysalis trying for some sort of a hook.
They can't stop him.
I mean, we'll see Zayats. He's looking for a toss back. A 9 in response immediately on top of it. That's Zayats gone. No buyback for him.
Crystallis.
He'll pop the BKB. He's got to use it to step back, get some sort of distance between him and the rest of the team. He's going to try and stand his ground on 33 on 9. Jumps in with the Warriors punch into the snowball. Over towards Nisha Rezo. He's going to go for the black hole. The song is there.
It's healing him.
I mean, the black hole and damage alone, not enough to take him out through the BKB. Rezo's out. Does have a buyback, but even if he opts to do so, won't have a black hole to use. Tundra, they'll continue this push up towards the top lane. Taking down this set of barracks. A secret. We'll see if they go for one last move. Maybe hope that Tundra gets a bit close to the fountain, but Tundra, they don't mess around. They're not making any mistake. 33 pops the Ravage, catches out Nisha and Crystallis. Crystallis getting low. He might just be able to reset this time as he is over towards the fountain, actually able to lift Nisha. Also able to keep himself alive for now with the Lotus. Reflects the net, but 33 is getting in on top of him. No one else able to get Nisha away from Tundra. He's out for 100 seconds. The tier 4s are gone. They're on to the Ancient. GG is called. And Tundra, they take this game 1, and my goodness, they take this game 1.
He ended up with Blink, Bloodstone, Hex very early on in the game, and I think if he gets the same type of snowball...
They're able to fare a little bit better, because that game 1, it was a rough one. Tundra coming out all guns blazing and being able to take that first map against Secret. I mean, overall, we did hear, of course, towards the end of the game, Secret, they were able to keep spirits high. We had a lot of positivity from the comms.
Sure.
Exactly what you need right after, towards the end of a very rough start to the grand finals.
Yeah, and I like the, the big pivot that they made this game. Rather than looking to chase heroes around, looking to try to catch Tundra, which seemed to be one of the biggest problems for most teams this tournament. They're the ones who is going to be forcing the issue and forcing Tundra to kind of react to them. So let's see if that works. We see right away, Tundra, they go for this level 1 smoke play. Incredibly strong level 1 with the Marcy, with the CK stun to chase heroes. But we see the Secret prepared. They had this early ward placed on top of their outpost to see immediately when smoke broke. So prepared for that early game.
And we'll see how well, Secret can deal with some of the more different heroes that Tundra are bringing into the fray this time. Eyes are going to be on 9, see how much he can do.
Oh, that is annoying.
He's going to be able to get a bit of damage down to Crystallis as he tries to get towards his lane.
He knows he has no risk. He's playing versus Chen in the lane, so you can easily go for these type of pressure plays, give 33 that first few creeps advantage.
I mean, so this mid matchup as well. We're seeing 2 sort of greedy heroes here, the potential to really become the carries for both teams. The Morphling versus the Arc Warden. Anything exciting to come out of the laning stage? Is just going to be a trade and farm, or do one of these heroes have to be more careful than the other in this matchup?
Probably a trade and farm, maybe 9 slightly ahead if anything, but no, I'd say mostly just a trade. We've seen Nisha and just Morphlings in general. With the new skill build that you can go, you only have to put 2 points in attribute shift. You're able to prioritize having more points in adaptive and waveform. You're able to secure CS constantly, so I'd imagine Nisha does do just fine. Looking at top, this is probably the more exciting lane, I would imagine, to look at. The shards, the stun, Flash, constant kill threats onto the Phoenix, maybe even onto CK.
Bottom lane. Those sprays are stacking up, but damage from Saxon 33. It's enough to burst through Crystallis and take him out. She's going to even give a bit of a chase down onto Puppy.
He might go down too.
Finish him off as well. Saxon will be ready to dive in under the tower. It's the lane starting off with a double kill for 33. That's not something you want to see if you're Secret.
This is just the Tundra offlane special, right? I mean, this is always what they do. Somehow they're able to just always know how to apply so much pressure. And with this death, Soxa comes back, 6 tangos, a salve, 33. You see the items. They do this almost every time on the Visage. Tries to start with no regen, just tries to get mangoes and stats. So they can just keep doing this. I mean, Crystallis.
So much damage. He comes back into the lane and he's pretty much immediately down to a third of his HP. Top lane as well, we're seeing Resolution. He's getting zoned back, Snaking able to take down Zayats' courier. Get the shards down, but dives at the ready.
The first few levels are incredibly impressive from this Marcy and Visage. This is one of their bread and butters. Puppy will start to attempt some stabilization with the lane, get the pullback. See what creeps he's able to get to kind of dissuade this damage that's going to be coming out. He gets a pretty good one. It's a good one to at least harass them back, kind of stop their aggression.
See how soon they're able to get to a point where Crystallis is, I feel, a bit more confident to step up the creep waves. It's not easy. Off to the side, Saxa.
They'll get the creep.
Gonna go to look to take down the creep.
They know how strong that creep can be. Good choice to kind of go for it there. And this is a great lane for the Visage where it's like, yeah, the Bristle, as the panel, as Seven Noto were talking about, you do counter this hero in a way as the game progresses, and even in lane sometimes, but Also, you have infinite mana, right? Visage is just always able to just bash out those spells constantly onto a Crystallis Bristle.
See there, of course, Puppey quite able to take the small camp back before the respawn. Saxa ensure that ever more tougher and tougher for Secret to gain momentum and control of the creep waves down in this bottom lane. 33 is able to hold it in a fantastic position.
Good position and tons of regen, so they can always go for this harassment. Crystallis, I believe he's got his ring. Yeah, he's got it on the courier, so we'll have some sustain. But his stats overall will be a bit low because it's going to take a very long time for that to come out. So could still look to apply pressure onto him there.
Has got both his spells on cooldown at the moment, so Secret will look to choose this time to strike. Skidder drags back Zayas though. Will ensure that that last right click required to take Snaking down won't be allowed to be there.
Still holding the Fairy Fire as well, too. He's just kind of baiting them a little bit if they did try to commit. So far, looking at the mid lane, yeah, Nisha, he's doing just fine. He's actually gone 3-1-1 skill build. Okay. Not really feeling like he needs to go for any attribute shift at all versus an Arc Warden, only at 1 point.
And on this bottom lane, Puppey in particular has to be very careful. I mean, Crystallis as well, honestly. With the sidekick, with the rebound, push sprays are stacking up.
Good
Tundra. At this stage, with the lead that they've already managed to get against the Bristle, it very much seems that Marcy and Visage, they can kill that Bristle before the quill sprays become too much and he starts killing them. They know exactly when to push it, and they know that they can get away with it.
It's just like last time, right? When they have this Tide plus this Hoodwink versus that Pudge. This time it's Visage with Marcy. Heavy physical damage, Blades of Attack again on 33. Same build he's gonna go as last time. Not the phase boots, but of course just Wraith Pact, high damage.
I mean, how do you sort of recover from the state of this bottom lane? And it feels like one more death from Crystallis down here, and it's going to be very, very difficult to bring this lane back in Secret's favor.
I like that he bought the raindrop. I think that's a good, at least, attempt to be able to, yeah, you can get a trade kill probably with those quills that we saw Saxa drop low. Just any type of small stats, any type of small survivability will help. His ring, he's still sitting behind the tower. He actually hasn't brought it out himself. He will in a second.
I think the scary thing as well, of course, is from Saxa, you know, having a good start down bottom with the levels that he's going to be getting in on him. You know, the other lanes, they've got to be prepared as well, right? The perfect hero Marcy to have high impact at any part of the map that happens around these tier 1 towers early. They've got to be prepared for Saxa to turn up and turn things around, just like he was doing in game 1 as in Husbrook. Bottom lane. Another jump over towards Puppey. Puppey and Crystallis try and stand their ground, but Puppey goes down. Crystallis might have a chance to chase Saxa out this time, as Saxa, has he got any further options of getting away? He doesn't, so Crystallis finally finding a bit of action going in his direction.
Honestly, maybe that's the way you have to do it. Just Puppey has to sacrifice himself. He has to be the one to just soak those soul assumptions for Bristleback to just get this type of trade. Otherwise, yeah, definitely seeing a bit of promise. But Crystallis, once he has Vanguard, he'll be able to at least stay down here a lot easier, and he's getting pretty close to it.
As we can see now, despite sort of the deaths that have occurred down on that bottom lane, Crystallis, he's pretty much keeping straight even with the farm that Skeeter, you know, carrying for Tundra on the other side. The map is getting as well.
Yeah, pretty much Vanguard is going to be done, so should be a lot safer. And Puppey, he's going to start getting some levels, so he's going to be able to actually protect Crystallis. We see him grab some magic resistance and also just a little bit of extra damage. So that actually would help a lot. That little bit of cloak aura that's going to come out could protect Crystallis enough. Let's see.
See if Saxa 33 can get away with this, but now with the levels, indeed, at this stage, it very much feels like it's not going to be nearly as easy as it was for Tundra in the early minutes of this lane to take down the Bristle. Crystallis, whilst there's been a few deaths here and there, he's got through the rough bit of the lane.
But Visage level 6 already. That is pretty massive for 33, having it this early on. The Vlad is going to be at 2. Snaking.
Caught him in the shards. Nisha, he'll look to step over and finish off the kill. He'll get it. Zayas should go down into the spark rate. So both mids able to take a kill out of this one.
33's here.
He's turned up with the familiars, ready to chase out Nisha. Nisha's got a fair few one charges.
Only a level 1 shift.
Put back up, he can't. The burst is there from 9. It ends up being a double kill for the mid-Arc Warden.
And they do punish him for having level 1 attribute shift, right? Maxing a waveform, having 2 points in the adaptive. You do see that they're actually able to get that damage come out. And all that is because 33 hits the 6 so fast down bottom.
He's able to come in. And of course, the timings that are enabled off the back of that is pretty huge already. The completed Midas out onto 9. Wow. He's able to get this, you know, started very, very early on.
Beautiful.
As he's going to be making the money. There's every reason to believe that unless Secret can make any moves to find this Arc Warden, 9, he's going to start shooting far, far ahead of anyone else in this game with regards to the farm he'll get.
It feels like it could get to these points where maybe the CK pick is kind of this distraction, you know, and this Arc Warden, he's going to try to transition hard into that real carry for his team. Other good thing about the double Midas, as we saw there, you automatically get 2 neutral items. It's actually very nice when you're able to get it this early on 9.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And now they're actually, so look at this, bit of a dynamic change. Yep. They're going to put the Visage mid, have him match up versus that Morphling, and they're going to send the Arc Warden for the time being down bottom.
So top lane. Trying to go for snaking. They do connect with the stun.
Nice play.
Secret. They get in and take him down, and will in fact see Tundra sort of bail out from this top lane. Give a chance for Secret to put some pressure on. And likely with the TPs out, probably not going to be an area of the map that Tundra will look to hold on to. I mean, we did see this, of course, last time round as well, right? Game 1, 9 minutes in, Secret, they get this good timing on the tier 1. Snaking will turn back up. See if he's able to do anything on his own. He has to be very cautious. Secret still with 3 members around, looking to pressure on this top lane.
He's just soaking, it looks like. Just trying to soak up any of that bit of experience.
But the fact that this has happened twice now, it very much seems that, you know, Tundra as a team, they sort of make the call to just not put any resources into holding that tower. Just let it go.
They tend to be, you know, that extremely efficient team, as we hear lots of players talk about. Very frustrating to play versus Tundra because they know how to dodge these plays, dodge the aggression, trying to make as little mistakes as possible. Another neutral item, of course. And yeah, giving Soxen now some levels too. So distributing that wealth, top 2 net worth, and the CK Skeeter. He's hero. He jungles just fine. He's going to be able to keep his pace up and probably look to do what he was doing anyway last time, is still look to connect top, use Phantasm just to farm, kind of acting as this pseudo Naga Siren.
Of course, last game, very much saw that Secret, they never really found that chance to sort of get Crystals involved. Top lane snaking, out with the dive, doesn't matter. Nisha has got those final few right clicks chasing him down. You get the kill, so things looking good here for Nisha. You know, despite the quick Midas timing on 9, Nisha very much close behind him in farm.
And he's got this matchup always. He sucks. They actually get on him.
Got anything to rebound out towards? He doesn't. Secret, they hold him in the river. Able to bring it up even now, 6-6. Secret definitely doing a bit of a better job this time round at responding to some of these movements that Tundra's making around the map.
And playing around Nisha, right? With the skill build that he has so much burst potential. He actually has the gap closing potential as well too versus most of these heroes that can sometimes be a bit annoying to get on top of. So far looking to continue to play aggressive around this Morphling.
Definitely seems sort of a bit of a heavier focus around playing around this jungle of Tundra. Just trying to make sure that Skeeter doesn't get nearly as much space as he did last game. Obviously, the difference in dynamic this time is the concern that too much is focused on trying to shut down Skeeter's area. 9 goes uncontested, and it's been quite a few minutes now that 9's been able to sit down here on this bottom lane. He's getting complete free fall.
He's starting to be pretty annoying too. Crystals is caught in an awkward position, eats 2 or 3 of those spark rates.
Strong cut from Secret. I'm going to try and make moves here. And so far, Resolution sides, they've done a pretty good job at killing off Snaking when they catch him. Skeeter, it's going to be a bit of a bigger kill. They're going to go straight in for him.
It's close to the tower, though. Let's see.
And it looks like Tundra may have made the call to not sort of throw in any further TPs. I mean, it's not even needed there. Tundra, they make the sort of calm response to not react with TPs, knowing that Skeeter's just able to walk that one off.
But with that slight moment of like space at all, you see Puppey rotate toward mid. This is how they want to be playing. They want to be the ones who are dictating that pace, dictating this tower aggression. But we'll be able to claim this one early. Nisha, he's almost got his Dragon Lance also finished up, so very farmed so far on Secret. And they're also, in the meantime, I saw they are starting to stack Ancients a little bit too, so making sure they do have that condition for the Bristleback to continue getting that increased farm. So far, Secret though, infinitely better than that last game.
It's certainly feeling a bit more solid, but I imagine to a sort of a point with regards to the drafts, this is sort of expected, right? This time around, Secret, they gave themselves a bit of a better shot of having this sort of earlier hold, earlier pressure that they're able to apply, and at the same time, you know, the change with 9 playing an Arc Warden instead of
like a carry.
He's going to react to sort of these moves a little less. So I don't think, you know, Tundra, they're not going to feel too under pressure despite losing some of these early towers. They've gone for a bit of a different approach this time round. And, you know, at the moment, under a 1k gold difference between the two teams. 9, I think he's still very happy.
Yeah, it's a totally different approach, right? The last time they had the Tusk, who's super aggressive, constantly rotating, making plays. Now it's just, it's a full economy game, really. Everyone's just trying to find as much farm as possible until they find this timing. Wraith Pact is done. Looks like now they're trying to speed up a little bit, go for a tower pressure of their own.
They'll take this one for sure. And they'll have no interest in this fight, this defense around this bottom tower.
Secret's maximizing. You see now, as we were mentioning, the stacks. Triple ancient stack, double hard camp. So Chrysalis will have a bit of enabling coming out of your juicy stacks.
Good farm for Chrysalis. We saw very much in game one as the Pudge pretty much held behind the entire time in terms of farm on cores. You can clear these stacks, get on the road towards the Aghanims. That's going to be the point where you can imagine that Secret, they're going to really start stepping things up and get up towards the tier 2 pushes with a Vanguard, Aghanims, Bristle. They're going to want to do as much as they can aggressively with it before 9 suddenly turns up and he has 3 irons done.
Very farm-heavy game, though. Showing all 3 lanes. See, the Morphling shows bottom for a second. They show mid, I believe, on Zayats. Even the Lesh top 2, but good ward coverage. So Secret, they know they're safe for the moments. I'm kind of grouping together with Puppey, with the mech, with the Hand of God. They're tanky. There's a lot of damage on Tundra, but this Bristleback with all these heals might just be able to pierce through them.
Let's see if they can get on top of any of Tundra.
Ooh, I mean,
Tundra's staying pretty hidden outside of the vision of Secret. I mean, Secret, they know that Tundra do have a few up here in the jungle.
If they get any big kills, Secret could even look for Roche potentially.
They're going to settle for Saxa. Zayats catches wind of the Marcy off to the side. They'll go for Saxa. For Tundra, definitely not the biggest of losses there. They had a few cores farming in that area. In the Secret, they weren't able to find them.
They're going to do it. They're going to go for this.
Roche.
They have more than enough damage. They have the goo.
Do they do anything about this Tundra? Are they going to expect the Secret back up as quickly as they did into the pit?
It's not an easy place to fight.
It's going down so quick.
Yeah, it's going to be dead already. Secret dictating the pace.
Very, very, very good moves here for the Secret so far. Absolutely getting to play their game so much more than they were able to do so last game here. 15 minutes in, they've got the Aegis in their hands, so... Ooh.
Oh, so close.
Well, it's close indeed. Snaking indeed, throwing out a tip for that
Radiant's
one.
bottom tower is under attack.
As close as it gets, really, on the back of an escape in the TP.
So Tundra perhaps wanting to make a move of their own now.
Right.
They do, because everyone's shown, right?
Tower
Secret, they
is
haven't
under
shown
attack.
a lot in these lanes, so Tundra looks like they do want to try to counteract this. They have 9 who can constantly always show up to the fights too.
Yeah, I think for the most part, Tundra know that even though the Secret had that Aegis, it's sort of an Aegis that's going to be used to just continue to allow Nisha to farm safely.
Yeah.
And Secret will be a little bit split up. Which gives the chance for Tundra to push for towers themselves and to sort of head straight into these fights, knowing that they'll probably have the numbers advantage at this stage.
And they can take these towers pretty quickly as well too. The Visage with the CK Phantasm tends to be always the Tundra strategy, right? There's so much on the floor. Break Pact, Illusions, Familiars, etc. So they can go for this push, but on the other side, Secret
Taking tier 2 tower here. Nice
Edict.
and early, 16 minutes in. Tier 2 to fall on the top lane. And now they'll really be able to start taking over this jungle, this half of the map from Tundra. Really sort of shutting down the areas that Tundra, they kind of need to fire, at least at their 2 main cores. They need space. Mosquito and 9, they want to be soaking up quite a lot of the map to get farm on these 2 carries.
Yeah, it feels like it's going to be quite a long time before Tundra just looks for this head-on type of fight. Unless they see, like we said, unless they see Secret completely split up or something like that. Feels like it's going to be quite a farm game coming out from them. Even Soxon now showing mid. He might get punished for this.
They got him before. Looks like they're going to go for him again.
See if they can find him. Zayats. I don't think they got vision of him for a second. Now they did.
Saxa has Skeeter by his side, but
Too much.
won't be able to jump over towards him in time. That is Saxa going down.
Similar wards coming out from Tundra as they did in the last game. So this one, exact same ward, and actually this one not on the high ground this time, but similar kind of purpose to watch any of these movements that are coming out from Secret, because Tundra, as we said, I think this is really going to be pretty emphasis of farm until 9 says, hey guys, I'm ready to show up. And maybe that's going to actually happen sooner than we expect, because I believe the Gleipnir is about to be done.
Just
so
a recipe away.
that could be the indicator for them to show up. It does add so much potential for this hero. The damage, the control, everything, of course. But allows you to just freely land Spark Rates and kind of just keep people away from getting on top of you. So let's see if that is when they are going to look to fight.
It could be difficult to close that gap onto 9, especially considering the heroes that are drafted around him. A lot of frontline, even sort of from the supports, right?
Yes.
Snaking, getting him with the Supernova. Saxa throwing himself in as the Marcy, getting him with the rebound. Very much multiple ways that Tundra can set up a team fight to just allow 9 to go to work, with Secret having a really tough time getting on top of it.
constantly thinking about it.
It's hard to push for this tower, even with the moments left on the Aegis. Secret being very careful about how they look to make the next step.
It's a risky move. Don't want to overextend and get 5-man. They haven't seen this. They haven't seen the Arc Warden in a while, so they probably don't know either what Nine's got just yet. Level 13 on this Arc already. Running around as a unit, 4 heroes together on Secret. Well, it's Chrysalis. Looks like he's got the BKB ready, so look, it feels like, yeah, Secret, they're just going to keep trying to push the tempo a little bit faster here. Even a blink now on the Lash 2 for Rezo, so as you mentioned, can be a little bit hard to maybe get to this Arc Warden without just the Morphling getting on him. Now Rezo's got a tool of his own.
Okay. And do you very much feel that Secret are on a timer? Like, even though they have this niche Morphling that's going to be able to get to these incredible stages of power in terms of scaling, you still kind of fear the Arc Warden as the moments pass?
Fear the high ground for sure. Rezo.
Tundra got to quickly back out, snaking. Oh. Away in time, that snowball not able to catch him. Tundra avoiding the moves of Secret. Secret just trying to get some sort of aggressive play out of these final few seconds that they have on the Aegis of Nisha. It's back over towards the mid. Saxa. A bit of a chase down onto Puppey. Puppey has got back up on the way. Chrysalis heading over to help out, and Tundra. They won't try and poke up into the triangle of Secret quite yet. Maybe they will with Skeeter at the front. He's actually going to go for Puppey. See Chrysalis now as Chrysalis starts to try and push back Tundra and Nisha. It's coming in from the side. They're over the snowball over towards Skeeter, but Sax is in with the rebound. It's not up to Nisha. Nisha starting to try and shift, but that's his spot. He's got Aegis though. He's going to be back for round 2. Chrysalis charges in with the BKB over towards the Phoenix. The Snake. He's able to get the Supernova off. Secret, they've got to back away from the ultimate for now. As Nine turns up with the Tempest double. No longer an easy fight for Secret to charge into. Zayas, he's trying to find some sort of angle from the side. But Tundra, they're here as a full 5-man. They're looking towards Snakey, but the dives back up. They get the stun. Control onto Skeeter. Skeeter turns with the stun himself, but he's life stealing back up. It's not enough though. Skeeter goes down. Secret able to get 1 kill out of this, maybe more. Chrysalis trying to lead the charge. Secret, they want to get something else out of this. Tundra, Saxa in the trees. Quick juke off to the side, back under the tier 2. He'll be fine. But Secret, they force a fight there around the expiring Aegis of Nisha. They get Skeeter, and with that in mind, they'll be able to get themselves straight onto Tundra's half of the map and continue to grow this lead.
Perfectly rallied, right? Rallied around Puppey. That's got to be the name of the game. He's got the flats, he's got the mech, he's got all these auras. We see the ice armor coming into play. Chrysalis had no fear. He pops BKB and he just starts charging right through everybody. And then they nicely kite and play around that Supernova beautifully. Tundra maybe going a little bit too hard going into this Secret lineup when there still is that Aegis. So 10 seconds until it was going to go down.
Yeah, it was a very clean reset as well there for the Secret. As soon as the Supernova comes out, they're able to sort of back off. And you can see, from Tundra, they still commit into this. They very much feel that they've got the strength to do so with the 5 of them. It wasn't quite the case. Losing Skeeter here to what was a very patient Zayas, just keeping himself held to the side, looking for that opportunity to open things up onto Tundra, but maybe an angle that they weren't quite ready to sort of expect that entrance from the toss from. Back in action, talking about the toss, Zayas, in with a jump, they lock down Snaking, Skeeter looks to turn, they've got the gliding control out, but Skeeter's trapped. He's trapped on the low ground, he'll stand his ground, the Tundra was going to the Prince coming out, take out the 2 of them. It's a double kill for 9.
Oh my, Saxa gets the 2-man rebound and they get the chain stun from the birds. I mean, man.
This time around, very much a case of Secret kind of making the move into committing for the fight, but not having what it took there to sort of take Skeeter down at the same speed they're able to do back mid. Tundra able to turn. And immediately off the back of taking down those 2 cores, they'll take the tier 1 tower. And closing that lead, the Secret were building. It's back down to sort of straight even here on the goal.
It's so much sustain that comes out really from Tundra's draft too. Their Vlads, their sidekick, everything coming to play. I mean, look at Skeeter. I mean, watch his HP.
I think a couple of nice armlet toggles there as well for Skeeter, very much keeping him fully in action. Between that and the heals, there's just too much. They couldn't kill the CK this time round.
Not rallied around Puppey. You know, they have to be a little bit careful when they don't have all these auras that are making them that much tankier. Tundra's damage is pretty insane.
And when they go for those plays and Nine's just able to sort of sit back at a distance, it's concerning. You know,
he's loving
2
life.
kills for 9.
And now they also have an AC, so starting to build up these auras to even counteract and play against this Chen, but also protect versus this big damage that comes out from the Bristle and that Morph. 33 is quite large.
Yeah, and we see with 9 next time queued up is going to be the Blink Dagger, so it'll be even harder for Secret to get that jump onto him. We see any sort of snowball or hero running up at this Arc Warden. 9, he's going to be able to blink back, reposition, and allow the rest of his team to sort of be there in between him and Secret.
I love this type of build. Eventually, you can always build into like these overwhelming blinks and whatnot on Arc Warden, and then you have these double blinks and all this aggression you can do too. It's very oppressive as Tundra now starting to find their footing completely.
They'll look for tier 2 themselves.
Sidekick Bird, look how quick the tower drops. See you later.
Gone in a matter of seconds, even if that. And off the back of that, immediate smoke from Tundra. They know that Secret's playing over on Tundra's half of the map around their jungle.
They're feeling incredibly strong with this newfound AC on 33.
This is a tough time for Secret to take a fight.
They also disassembled, so the BKB isn't ready.
9 with the Tempest doubling, start things off with the Glyph, they grab back Zions. Secret, they've got to run.
I mean, that's also really cool that he can do it with the blink too. Right now, he has an initiator. They don't need to actually rely on the Marcy being the one to jump in. He just blinks in and gets a Glyph initiation. Yeah, BKB, Skeeter had just finished that one up, so they felt strong to be able to go for this play. And now he's got Mage Slayer as well too, so items starting to be picked up on the side of Tundra, not only just to do lots of damage, but of course, damage mitigation, as we've seen so much from them. AC, Mage Slayer, it's going to start to reduce a lot of Secret's potential.
It's so hard for them to burst through Skeeter like they were able to do that one time when he was caught on their half of the map.
It's a really good item this game, just like last time, versus that Lash versus the Bristle, reduce the damage of the Quills, even the burst that comes out from Morphling. So, things starting to come together for them. It's a very common build, of course, too, for Skeeter.
I think for Secret, Nisha, almost certainly making the call for them to just sort of hold off on any further engagements until he gets his BKB done.
Yeah.
About half the gold away from the recipe, and it will be there, but going to be a little later than the timing that Roshan is going to be back in the game here. Roshan respawning.
They're walking up.
They are up on the high ground. They definitely want to try and do their best to push Tundra away from going for the Roche. See if they can hold them off from it. That's Tundra. They won't feel the need to be too scared of Secret. You know how strong they are. Secret, they'll look at the smoke up. Trying to catch Tundra from an angle they won't expect is not going to be easy when Secret currently hold the position they are. They're going to try and swing around from the west.
Lanes are starting to kind of get pushed out, though. We see Tundra cutting a wave mid.
Got this ward on 9. 9, he's already out of this area.
This is the Tundra special, right? They start shoving those side lanes in to try to put you into this awkward position of a fight. Everyone rallied around each other.
How do you make the call as Secret? How do you make the jump? Tundra with their own smoke.
They don't want to overextend for these type of jumps either. Like we were saying before, they need to stay kind of rallied around Puppey. Make sure that they can utilize these auras at a maximum.
Tundra just rotating sort of all the way around where Secret tried to step out for.
They found Puppey.
They're going to be able to get on the easy kill first. Straight on over the chair. Puppey caught by the Hex, taken down. Zions tries to roll in, but there's no place for him here.
Puppey pig-poled himself. Doesn't even get any heals off or anything. No Wraith Pack, no mech. Caught by the stun anyway, so likely dies, but now it's an option for them to go for Roche.
And with both supports down, I don't think the cores of Secret are going to want to turn up for this.
Oh boy.
This should be a free and easy Roshan for Tundra.
Free shard as well. Skeeter's going to be loving that. He actually passes it away. Looks like he's going to give it to 9. Okay, so more ways for him to protect himself and also magic resistance. So they can actually hold it. So we're talking so much about damage mitigation, of course, but this is another element that I feel like we don't really get to see too often. You fight inside the bubble. Yeah. Your Lash, this Bristle, the damage might not be there.
It's going to be a fair bit of protection. Indeed, able to be kept consistently up and out on the field.
And things are starting to get a bit scary because the scaling for Tundra is getting quite strong. Even the Marcy, level 12 is online. BKB is on the horizon. 12 on Phoenix. Game plan for Secret is starting to get kind of dissuaded.
Around the mid, they do find 33.
Okay.
Out and on his own.
He's very deep.
They might be able to do something about the familiars as well here.
Big pickup.
A slip up, a rare one as well there for 33. Out on his own. Be out now for 40 seconds.
Can they turn it into more?
Is there something they can do with this one?
Yeah, they have to push out this bottom lane. Top is being dealt with Puppey, but do they have an opportunity to go for anything here?
Sax is very close to his BKB. Already, once again, Tundra support, so many games where their supports just turn into additional cores. Courses of Marcy. Very much sort of the direction that Saxa will go as the minutes pass. Skeeter, so having his Blink Dagger done. May have killed 33, but indeed it definitely feels like there's not a whole lot they can do with that. They're looking towards Nine's Tempest double at the top. See if they can sort of burst through that, get a bit of extra gold for themselves. They will, they'll take it down.
Have to go for the top play because if you looked at the side lanes, mid lane, Phantasm was pushing it, bottom, Phantasm Illusion was also pushing it. So it's a typical Tundra trying to shove those lanes down, and now they see this, they see them split up. So Tundra, they're looking to strike.
Full axe on Crystallis.
Comes out late though.
Does not quite at the timing that they would have hoped for, especially considering the decent start they did have to this game. Zayat, maybe the one left behind up top. Tundra, everybody back on the map now. Ready to get together, push down on this top lane. Still many minutes of Aegis to play with. Full Octarine done on 9.
He's so farmed. 6,000 ahead of his counterpart.
And there's going to be no catching up in terms of farm unless Secret are able to find these fights where Nisha's able to pop off, get the kills, somehow take down this Arc Ward, and it's going to be a lot of money if they're able to do so.
Just not an easy task.
He's got his Crystallis done, Nisha, so stepping up the damage a bit. We'll see how explosive he will be if he's able to get in the center of the fight with the waveform, stand his ground between the BKB and the Manta that he has.
He's going to need as much I feel like it's really appropriate that he's going this. I feel like they're really just going to need all the physical damage as possible, because as we were saying, you know, they just have so many different ways to mitigate that magic damage that they always tend to do, especially with that Arc Warded bubble as well too. So yeah, straight physical damage, go waveform attack target, and with that, with the goo as well too, he could be dealing a lot of damage, but so far Tundra, they've started to really just take over this map.
Tower is under attack.
5k lead, 4 to 5k. I mean, nowhere near as terrifying as the numbers were showing at this moment in the game, in game 1. But still, you very much feel that one more fight, if the next fight crumbles for Secret, that number, that lead's going to triple. Secret, they cannot afford to lose another team fight here against Tundra. At the moment, very much seems like they're opting to wait out the Aegis the Skeeter has. Not looking to head straight into anything for this final minute. Skeeter has that second life.
Is under attack.
Again, pop those Phantasm to send out to all these side lanes. Bottom is being pushed, but immediately 9 goes down. So again, sticking together Tundra, and they will just find a freebie.
They will indeed, Giants. I mean, anyone that they catch with the farm that Skeeter has.
And now that's
completely destroyed.
High ground. They've got drums for these birds. They've got the sidekick we're going to see on the bird too. And look at the speed. Look how fast it drops.
It's going quickly. Fortification is there from Secret.
They've got the Rezo. They've got Shard on Rezo, so he's going to be able to slow it down a little bit with these chain stuns.
We'll see if Nisha can do anything here. He's ready to TP over, help out with the defense.
Oh, this is dirty. Look at these birds. Birds with magnetic field magic resistance. The attack, I mean, they're so strong.
They are huge annoyance to deal with here for Secret. We'll go for the resummon.
Stun, Skeeter.
He's low, but he's still got 20 seconds or so left on the Aegis. He's going to back off. We'll see them catch out the two of them with the root. Skeeter focuses in. That'll be him going down. Those final few seconds of the Aegis. He's ready for round 2. Saxa, he'll charge him with the unleash of the BKB. Quickly turning towards him with his right clicks. They'll put an end to the Marcy's life. Saxa to fall. Grab now on the Crystallis. Skeeter 33. They get back in on top of the Bristol. They take him down. Nisha popping the BKB. Having to use it to retreat back to the high ground. Skeeter, he's in straight away, blinks up into the high ground. They've got the lockdown over towards Nisha, and waveform back up in time. Nisha gets away, double buyback from Secret. They're putting everything into this defense, but Skeeter's in with a chaos ball over towards Resolution. It doesn't matter though, Skeeter goes down. Secret with the 2 buybacks, they'll be able to hold and push Tundra back.
Nisha able to stand his ground, and look at the damage done. 9,000 damage from the Morphling, the buybacks coming perfectly.
A defense for sure here from Secret, but they'll want more.
They got to push forward for sure.
Crystal is spending up for that one. See up to the side, Zayats. He's going to catch the gap control onto Snaking. Snaking popped the supernova, but Crystal is
going to die.
And he's ready to help take the egg down. Secret, they'll find another down bottom. Rezo, he's got his eyes on 9. That's already been used, and he's out in time. 9 able to get away before Nisha's able to put a stop to him. They'll still clean up the Tempest double. As Secret, with this sort of pushback, they're able to bring in the mid lane, bring in the bottom lane, able to get the creep waves back under sort of their momentum, and they may just be able to take some tier 2s away from Tundra here. Close the gap, close the lead that Tundra's had for the last 15 minutes.
Yeah, this time it's Tundra feeling themselves a little bit too much in that fight, just getting counteracted from those buybacks. The damage, this time Rezo's able to hold his ground.
I mean, we're very much seeing it. You know, you get given sort of any window from Tundra, you have to take full opportunity of it.
Immediate smoke.
Exactly what Secret's doing.
Yep, they got to smoke, sweep the map. They still have some heroes dead. Ult's on cooldown. Try to get as much as you can out of all
They've
this.
got to keep their foot slammed down on the pedal here.
60-33.
The fight 33 off the start. Protect himself for now, but they're surround him, and he's got nobody else in the area. So 33, he'll go down. Secret, they continue to play it hard and fast, fighting back.
Big
at
plays.
Tundra.
A huge place, really. Those buybacks are really coming into play. 33, even he accepts that. He had the Aeon dislocked. He's like, no one's coming to help me. As Secret find their way back into this game. Nisha, he's massive now. Level 20 about to be taken. Also, Daedalus is finished.
Big damage to come out from this morph.
He's going to be able to focus fire these targets a little bit better.
I mean, we've seen it, as I say, so many times before. Nisha on the morphling. This is the hero. You want to have him in this sort of position. He can absolutely carry any sort of game to the later stages when he's on his morphling. To top lane. It's of course now done.
Rezo,
he's
he's very deep. There's a Hex.
Now get the opening Hex. And Rezo is going to be able to get anything off. He's not. Phantasm's out. An overwhelming amount of damage there from Skeeter and the Phantasm.
That's the Hex reveal. He had no idea that was going to come. Usually you'd be able to maybe play around with the pounds coming in or the rebound coming in from Marcy with the BKB, but did not expect that Hex from the tree lines. Roche, it'll be a long spawn, 2 minutes. Zayats standing under a ward here. Very careful how far up he is.
I mean, Secret are absolutely going to want to do their best to keep tabs of when Tundra head into the pit. They'll want to get out there, they'll want to contest them. They do not want Tundra getting this next Roshan.
Nice play from Nisha. The illusions down bottom, we see them cutting the wave. So making sure that they always deal with those lanes. It seems like it's always like the most important thing when you're playing versus Tundra, keep that lane equilibrium. Will be addressed immediately. Sign shows up. And they're going to just keep peeping into the pit. That's going to be that next big thing, 90 seconds.
It really is. See if Secret can set up in a fashion to make sure that they are ready to take this fight around this area.
Important to look at these buyback statuses at the moment too. So. Oop.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Hopefully simply sort of some, potentially maybe just a hotkey issue or something. See if that's going to be fixed by a quick reset here for snaking. Very much, yeah, the moment that we're going to see them leading towards now. He's back in. Let's see if he can use his courier now. Give it a quick check.
Look at lane positioning at the moment, though. Secret have to try to fix their lanes a little bit. They do have this Harpy creep, maybe to perhaps try to cut things, but the moment Tundra have lanes in a very good position.
Let's have a look.
Phantasm is up in a moment as well, too, so they're going to be able to keep going for this shove play. And yeah, Roche constantly going to be getting scouted. And the important thing is, too, Secret doesn't know about that deep ward down south. The one that was scouted inside support, that's a very sneaky one that has not been seen. Oh.
It's not a good sign.
Uh-oh. Lucas gets courier's bug.
Let's see if there's going to be a hopefully simple solution to this.
A standard unlucky.
You can say so. Yeah, unlucky.
And that Nisha smile.
See if we're able to get this sorted. A little bit of a, you know, not really something you can play on with.
Maybe it's locked, he says. Let's see if they can fix it. So a big thing really to look at is, I mean, this Hex is going to be a big one, really.
Let's have a look. Looks like we're just getting this checked out now on the stage. Hopefully should be an easy enough fix. I mean, not something I could say I've run into before, right?
I've had it with neutral items sometimes when you're trying to take it with wards and smoke. Maybe something like that is happening, but it doesn't have a neutral there, so.
So I think with maybe the speed that we did have to reconnect the first time round, could have been without a client reset, so.
Yeah, let's see.
Probably go for the full restart this time round.
Hopefully, if not, he'll be able to at least drop the wards and give them to a different courier so somebody else can bring them, but.
Still wouldn't quite be ideal.
No way.
Of course, this pause coming at a very important moment of the game. 17-17 here, 35 minutes in. Without a doubt, very much getting much more of a a balanced game of Dota 2 on our hands this time round. Secret, they've dealt much better with what Tundra's brought against them this time round.
It's really neck and neck. Just because, I mean, especially how big Nisha really is, how much he's going to be able to do with this Daedalus. And he's approaching his second item afterwards, too. So survivability will be there for him. All right, let's see.
Let's have a look. Fingers crossed, ladies and gentlemen, that things are going to be all working after the pause. Let's see.
Doesn't look like
It looks good. Oh, is it?
No, it's spazzing. I actually see it. It's like it's like stutter walking actually in the base, I think. Looked like for a second it tried to move. But yeah, it says retrieving items. See, look. If you click on snaking screen, it says retrieving items. On the actual courier to buff.
Oh, okay, now we're giving it another try.
Because usually it tries to pull it from. Well, he dropped it. There we go. Looks like we're good to go.
A little bit of, you know, a way to break out of a bit of a soft lock that was there on the courier, but it's all good.
I think we all needed that. You know, a little bit of a reset. Okay, let's get back into it.
So, you know, that was always a bit of a concerning position, but we're all good. We're all good. It has been fixed. We'll see if it's... Should be an issue down the line. Maybe the courier was just sort of stuck or something. But it's good. It's all good. We're back on. And around, of course, the focus next up for both teams is going to be this Roshan. Just in a minute until it's going to respawn.
Wow, Nisha already.
All satanic.
Yeah, she has it.
He's getting the items, Nisha. He's getting the items to be able to do this. But still, yeah, obviously a huge gap in network between him and the Arc Lord. That's always going to be expected up to a certain point at this stage, especially with the amount of freedom that Nine's had. And Nine, of course, this game 4-0-5. Pretty much complete free farm across the map.
If they can get the Hex, though.
They're only getting that opening. There's no save, though. It's going to be there. Give Nisha a bit of a chance to break out of this initiation from Tundra. They jump across Zayas, looks towards 33. They push Saxa out towards the side. Nisha beating him down, takes out the Marcy. They'll look towards the Tempest double next. Tundra losing that Marcy, losing Saxa like this. They're very careful about how they commit for the fight further.
Beautiful play, really, from Zayats. Just immediately, that's the big thing they have to watch out for. It's just the chain control. If they can chain stun, chain hex the Morphling, that's the way that Tundra kills them. I mean, all eyes on Zayats to go for those things.
Oh, there's again the Hex. So Zayats by his side.
He's got to be there every
single time. Zayats making sure that there's a chance for Nisha to fight back. They catch him with the furthest stun. Nisha's in so much trouble. They're taking him down.
He bought out.
Out for 80 seconds.
He didn't have BKB still available, and they just commit for him. I don't think Secret saw that.
All he had was a Satanic to rely on, but even if he gets that off, he's getting caught in the stuns.
Oh, boy.
Almost certainly.
And, I mean, Roche now is for the taking.
It certainly is.
It's a big one.
Perfect time for it to be back up here for Tundra. They head over to the pit. And with no Nisha, no Zayats, nothing that Secret can do about this. This is going to be a free Roshan here for Tundra.
And Zayats is there. He's there perfectly to try to go for the save. Young BKB, Manta still on cooldown. The double roots, you see the Gleipnir coming in. He's able to cover. So much control. And yeah, Aegis Cheese, Refresher Shard.
Who's taking the Refresher Shard? Who do you want this on?
Usually it's the Phoenix, but let's see if he does opt to pass it to somebody
very
else.
Very close to hitting the level 18 as well. So the Supernovas have the potential to be huge.
And they have this ward up top too. Rezo. There's a Hex.
There's Nine again.
They've got the chain stun.
Finding the opening, in with the rebound as well. Toss back with the dispose. They take him down before the Hex comes to an end, and any opportunities there for Resolution to respond. He's out for 70. He does have buyback himself. Still at 10 seconds without Nisha. Tundra, they're straight down the mid. They take out the range racks, and they'll look to get the melee racks as well. Chrysalis trying to force them away from him, but they don't get to expand him. In fact, they're just going to get aggressive on him, drag him back in. He has to put the BKB here. As the Phantasms continue to take down the melee ranks, the full set now in the mid, removed here by Tundra, and they're sticking around. Nine up towards the top of the Tempest double. They're trying their best to force out this buyback from Resolution. Another tier 3's gone, a second set of ranks exposed.
Look how fast it dies.
Are they going to be forced back at all? Fortifications pop. See Nisha on top of the Tempest double. It's soon to come around. Nisha's been caught with this other snowball. It's there. Zayas able to bait all the issue out. That initiation there from Tundra. Nisha wants the BKB. Looks towards Saxa, but Saxa wants the BKB. Turns towards Chrysalis. Disposes there. Chrysalis is down. No buyback for him. There's 100 seconds now without their Bristol. Rezo, his own BKB to come to an end. He has to back off. Nisha's also going to be so careful. They'll lose Puppy. 2 heroes dead, no buyback on them. Tundra, they take a full second set of barracks.
They're just so good at just resetting and poking, forcing BKBs, forcing mistakes, waiting for the perfect opportunity.
They're not going back anywhere.
No way, Snaking still has the Refresher Shard. They couldn't even touch the egg in that last fight.
I mean, we've seen with the purchases from Chrysalis. He did spend up. He would have had buyback back in 3 seconds, but he's 700 gold short of it.
It's all gone. I mean, the way they kill those buildings is way too fast.
I mean, the terrifying thing as well is indeed, yeah, Skeeter still with that Aegis, Snaking still with the Refresher Shard. There's no reason, no need for Tundra to back off. They're looking to close this game 2 out. And the tier 4s fall. Secret, they'll look to smoke up. One final attempt to stop this push from Tundra, but the Ancient's falling so far. Rezo looks to jump in. Skeeter will drag back Resolution. Resolution trying to get the heal off with the Bloodstone. They'll keep him alive. The handoff off from Puppey will protect him for now. But the Ancient's still dying here to the familiar. Secret, they're trying to push them back, but it's not going to be possible. GG is going to be called.
Wow.
As game 2 also going to Tundra, who now lead the series 2-0 against Team Secret.
I think that's a first USA.
Wow.
I mean, that's a skitter hero. We've seen him play it a lot in the
Yes.
past. Yeah.
Okay, Medusa.
Stylus is on the Naga, yeah. No funny business here.
Do they have enough damage to take down a Medusa is what I'm thinking, you know?
When Tundra starts grouping up.
Oh, there we go. There, Puppey trying to sort of build spirits coming into this game 3. As they need everything here, Secret, to try and be able to turn things around against Tundra. 2 games now where there's just been a point where it seems all over. Tundra, there's just been all over. Secret closing up the games as they wish. Here, this game 3, indeed, as we talked about during the draft, bit of a different approach from both teams.
Much different.
Tundra absolutely trying something completely different there. You know, obviously, Aoi mentioning that cosmetics were a bit of an influence in terms of why Skeeter's running the Medusa in this match. But regardless, you've got to imagine they still pick it because they feel that it's going to have its strengths here. Something that other teams have not been able to find in any of the games so far here, this international.
Yeah, they probably feel like it can get to the scaling point, but the laning phase could be incredibly difficult. This is a very oppressive lane that Secret does have down here. And Mirana, I mean, we've seen Snaking do fantastic work on it, but sometimes you just can't really protect these cores. There's a reason these like Medusas and Clinks have not been picked too often. Their lanes can just get completely shut down. So let's see if Skeeter and Snaking are able to do it. Right away, we're seeing those immediate tangos. 4 or 5 of them are being passed off to Skeeter. He's going to have to bring more down because of the harassment that's coming out.
Of course, one thing that's going to be feeling good for Secret, seeing already some action from it here down bottom. Zayat's getting his hands on the Marcy this game. One of the stronger heroes from the tournament.
They don't have one of those heroes that really benefits the most off of the sidekick, though. Usually you do see, like, when Tundra does try to opt for it, they have like 2 or 3 heroes they can throw this sidekick onto. Not really many on Secret, where it's like, wow, amazing sidekick. Like, sure, the damage bonus on an Ember can be decent, but Naga Siren getting sidekicked up isn't really the best. So it's going to be more of just this ganking in Marcy in particular.
And do you feel a bit more comfortable overall with Secret's approach? You know, this game, Chrysalis, playing what you could only describe sort of as a more traditional carry, right? It's not this Pudge or Bristol that's going to look to be forced to get involved at an earlier time. He can look to sort of take the game a bit more on his shoulders as a harder carry as the Naga Siren in this game 3.
Yeah, I mean, eventually, like, he should be able to eventually definitely take over the map, and they do have those elements to be able to push and abuse those side lanes. It's very, like 702 were saying, it's like the script has shifted completely. It almost looks like a Tundra draft on the Secret side, except for the Silencer. So I could definitely see Chrysalis perhaps get to that point, but let's see if he's able to with the pressure that comes out, because Tundra, you said, super oppressive. But looks like Skeeter, he's having a little bit of a rougher one, as we've seen Snaking actually getting a lot of last hits in this lane. 6, because Skeeter's being pushed off a lot from the aggressiveness.
I mean, that's, you know, sort of something to be said there, at least Snaking making sure that not too much is getting missed from the both of them.
Yeah.
We'll see top. Puppey, just going to look to chase out Satcher a little bit. So she'll be fine and into the trees. I mean, mid lane, this time round, having the Ember Spirit here for Nisha. I mean, what's sort of your thoughts on this hero? I mean, she picked later on in the draft. Is this a game where Ember Spirit is going to have the luxury of sort of darting around the team fights, or is there a few concerns for Nisha?
Definitely some limited disables on the side of Tundra. He could have a spectacular game. However, Ember at this tournament has been having some difficulties, of course, kind of committing into fights. You kind of just run out of steam at some point, it feels like, on this hero lately. So we'll see what he's going to be able to make of it. Top, Saxa
trying to trade with Puppey, but Chrysalis will step up, make sure that Saxa can't continue to stand his ground against the Silencer.
Now we see the build, of course, from 33. It's Axe Max, but also just he started with the Sage's Mask straight into the Bass. He's starting some Mangoes. It's typical approach from Tundra and just keeping the spam on. You see top CS.
And sort of a Secret, you know, in terms of, obviously we talked about how Tundra can deal with the mid. Secret, you know, for Secret, how well are they going to be able to deal with 9 when he hits this point where he's coming in with those early rotations, heading to the side lane with the Rolling Thunder? Can they deal with the Pango's aggression?
He could be big problems. I think we have to watch for these globals, if he's able to catch it like in between these rolls and stuff like that, how much Puppey's going to be able to do to catch this with the combination of Nisha. They do have burst damage to be able to just kill this Pango in some situations, so.
So far in the mid, Nisha, decent bit of a lead here, 29-5 against the 21-2. Doing his best with a consistent slight spam here onto 9, keeping him low.
Both kind of doing the same thing to each other, keeping each other just at gankable levels. And it's a bit scarier, I would say, for the Pango. He actually has to go back to base because there's a Marcy. So whenever you're getting put low, you always have to expect this rotation to come in. So we do see 9 is forced back to base.
We did see Zayed, indeed step over to that area, see if that opportunity was going to be had. Just say 9 plays it smart.
As soon as he goes missing bottom, even for a couple seconds, they do have to be very wary of it. Snaking. He's got the trade. He's got 2 in Starstorm, too.
It's true. Science does get too low. Dude, Snaking will look to jump in and burst through him.
Yeah, 1 or 2 more hits, and he would have probably been able to go for it.
And looking at the bottom lane, it also was a bit of a slower start in the first few waves. Looks like Skeeter's able to pretty much catch back up here to him the amount of fun Rezo's getting out of this. 26 for 7, 23 for 6, and he's got this full wave coming in against him. I think Skeeter, despite the early pressure on him, dealt very well with those first few waves, those first few lanes that they've had to match up against Secret down here.
They've been so good because of this Mirana, really. Like, Snaking's actually being able to bully and make sure that Skeeter's able to have a decent laning phase because these 2 points in Starstorm. He's able to trade with pretty much anybody. And here we see this rotation coming in.
He's already used the swashbuckle. 6. And he has indeed hit the 6, and that'll mean 9. He's more than fine. In fact, trying to use that ult to set up a bit onto Nisha, but the Remnant are the ready. Nisha himself in the 6. 9's able to roll across, pick up that arcane rune. And Snaking and Saxa heading over to help. They're jumping with the rebound. And Zayed goes down. They'll even be able to turn over towards Nisha as well. But 9 will die for that effort. Maybe feeling a bit stronger than he was there, charging forward with the backup of his 2 supports. But 9 ending up losing his life off the back of that aggressive play.
Nisha does incredible physical damage right now. The corrosion and the blades of attack finished.
So much damage yet.
Maybe thought
3 points in slide.
Yeah, maybe thought he was going to be a little bit tankier, and immediately they rotate in Zayas, they fill up the bottle, so looking to play around Nisha as much as possible.
So yeah, Secret showing that they can bring their supports mid as well. Sure that Nisha continues to have that edge in this mid matchup. Only about a 600 gold difference, a lead here for the Ember Spirit. Nisha playing it well so far.
I mean, that tends up being the decision there. So Secret, they're going to be like, okay, no longer can we really pressure the Deucer early game. We're just going to look to buff up this Ember Spirit so he can be the one to kind of take over the map. Since Naga's now having her own free time, they're just going to be like, all right, Rezo, you're sacked for the moment. We'll deal with this Medusa later on. Still keeping the silencer even around the mid lane.
$33. Looks like he'll give some of that top lane to Saxa. 33 will start to clear a bit of the stacks. Prepared here in the triangle.
Yep, he's got his helm creep finished up too, so now he can look to actually pressure the lane. Once he's got this creep, he can go back up there.
Bottom lane, taking a bit of an effort onto Skeeter. Man, they're starting to get pretty low here.
The arrow.
Damage resides in Resolution. Snaking on target though. Holds back Rezo. Limits the ability for Secret to continue to chase down Skeeter, but I'm seeing heavy pressure now from these 2, and it's going to become even more. Secret, they're bringing in Nisha to make the aggressive play down here. Skeeter immediately out of the area, does not want to mess around when these sort of rotations come out from the mid.
The earlier ward that Snaking placed for to watch the rotations of the Marcy, actually this time catches the Ember Spirit, making the rotation down. So Skeeter, we've seen him, actually last game did the same thing. Got pushed out of lane relatively early, will go to jungle, and Snaking's going to sit in the trees and sap.
And it's this timing again, really. So this 8 to 9 minute window where both games Secret, they have been allowed to get this early tier 1 tower. So once again, they'll get some good pressure on at the moment. Snaking, same position as last game, sapping the XP that he can. Over in Secret's half of the map though. Saxa's got a bit of a catch on to Crystallis.
He looks dead.
9, he's ready to jump in with the Rolling Thunder. That's Crystallis gone. So while Secret put the pressure on down bottom, Tundra make the most of that information to catch out Crystallis alone.
It's so much pressure. As soon as the Dominator's finished up on the Beastmaster, he's shoving the lane in. They're looking to catch behind, and yeah, Saxa, he finds it. Even now going to take away some of this jungle, take away the bounty rune as well. And look at Snaking. It looks like he's potentially maybe trying to drag a wave or something. Yeah, maybe try to grab that, but unable to because he's getting chased. Does mean that they're not going to get the bottom tower on the side of Secret, and top tower is going to drop to the side of Tundra. And Snaking is just base making. Oh, unless Rezo reads him.
Nicely done there from Rezo. Zayat's able to jump in and
What a
throw
sign.
Snaking back into the clutches of Resolution. They'll get themselves a kill out of that secret.
Oh, beautiful play from Rezo.
And see Nisha. He's diving in sort of pretty deep into Tundra's half of the map. Trying to really keep Skeeter on his toes. Make sure this Medusa doesn't feel too safe to farm. Even this sort of deep area on their half.
He's not really at risk of too much. Like, they have to bring so many heroes to kind of punish this Ember Spirit, so I really like the play from Nisha. He's just keeping this Medusa low, keeping him scared, because if a +1 hero comes in, it's a free kill every time. And now, with this, potentially able to take this bottom tower point, put it to Edict, so we'll be able to match that move from Tundra up top. 2-2.
10 minutes in. Similar to sort of the close start that we were getting, at least out of the game 2 of this grand finals. Secret very much having their own strengths. Overall, though, see top of the board there, 33. He's making the money on this Beastmaster.
We've seen this from him a lot on his Beastmaster, especially being top net worth when it was very popular. He was playing it so much. And we'll see now if there's going to be a play from Secret to look to invade the Ancient area, because that's kind of like the Medusa specialty, is farming these Ancients. In the past, most games with Tundra, they actually don't do this for Skeeter, because he's usually playing with these illusion heroes. So let's see if they are going to look to punish him.
And sort of in comparison to the drafts that we have from Tundra in Game 1 and Game 2, would you sort of consider this Game 3-1 a little bit more vulnerable in these sort of early stages? Like Secret have a bit more of a chance of shutting them down early?
Yeah, absolutely. Medusa just takes some time before she wants to show up at all. So it does feel like they can look to be playing pretty aggressive, just have to really avoid 9 in particular. I mean, he's the big playmaker. If they can kind of
Nisha
move away from the Pangolier.
Let's see if he seizes the opportunity to go for Saxa. Sentry down though for Saxa now. He knows that Nisha's watching him.
Tough grab though. And 9 is still, I mean, really lingering in the back line on the
Still wants to maybe do something.
He's got quite the flank.
He's a bit low on the mana as well. We're not too much to throw out here. There's the opening for 9. In with the Rolling Thunder. They'll pop the global.
The creep takes the arrow.
And he won't quite connect, and now Rezo tries to turn, but the global comes to an end. Saxa turns with a combo. Avalanche toss to take him down. Resolution falls, but
he's fighting.
The backup of Nisha. Secret, they'll be able to take something in return.
Oh, no way.
He's out with the sword when he goes for the TP, but Nisha will be able to dive in with the Remnant, pick up a couple, maybe more. Chains her up. He has enough mana to stop the TP from Saxa. Puppy's here as well. They'll chase out the Tiny, surround him in the trees. It's a triple kill for Nisha.
What a play. Skills up the Searing Chains after he gets the kills, immediately has enough mana to do it too. Beautifully done.
This is exactly what Secret need to be seeing from Nisha. They have to have him just step up to the next level, something that he has done before in some of the series here during the playoffs of TI. They need Nisha to be on top form and have a chance against Tundra.
And you see why they put so much emphasis on him in the mid lane. Fill up his bottle, do everything you can to make sure Nisha has this game so he can make that space for this Naga Siren, who now, Crystallis free in the jungle, and they have a regen rune sitting bottom. So Zayat, he's camping it for Nisha so he can keep his impact on the map. All about this Ember Spirit for Secret.
Skeeter feeling confident enough to step up in the mid. Secret, they'll
scary place.
Jump on this. They'll get him with the opening. They've taken out his mana. The damage has been done. A risky position for Skeeter to find himself in. Secret, they don't hold back at all at making that jump. They know that Medusa is in a completely dangerous spot, and it hurts. That's Skeeter out of the game for 20 seconds. Secret, they managed to put some pressure on the mid, and of course this is just continued gold and XP being fueled and funneled into this Ember Spirit.
Stone has the regen running, so he's full HP, full mana for this push. They can still have to fight if anyone does come in, and Tundra doesn't feel like they do want to fight here. It's dropping too fast. Big moves.
I'll have to let this one go.
And tons of space. Crystallis now able to rotate down toward bottom.
I mean, 9, he's sort of keeping his eyes on Crystallis, but of course in this area, out on his own, he's not able to sort of make any sort of move or aggressive play. At least not until he has the Diffusal Blade done. When that's there, he might be able to look for some solo action.
I was looking to see if we would see that build queued up also for Crystallis, because I believe Nota was mentioning, I think it was Hector who did it actually in one of the games as Naga when he was playing, and he went with this Diffusal Blade, and it was very strong. So if he can opt to do that, if they even want to. The thing is though, do they even want to though? Because like the Medusa, maybe they don't feel like they even need it. I mean, how little this hero's been played.
You might sort of see the argument for just getting that Skadi.
Just play normal
as soon as you can. Of course, Skadi's going to have incredible benefits for limiting the Medusa in these fights.
Secret this time around really finding their footing. Now for Tundra, playing around 33 is probably the best option. Helm of Overlord is finished, so he is a big problem for Secret.
Resolution's pretty vulnerable. As 33 opens up with a raw, easy kill there for Tundra.
That's the big hero that they do have to watch out for. And yeah, snaking with these Moonlight Shadows, this has kind of been one of the biggest things that Tundra's been able to play around.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for this Ember Spirit next fight. He's got his Maelstrom done and a DD in the bottle.
Oh boy.
You don't want to fight around this Ember unless you're guaranteed to have the lockdown. And of course, this is a point where Raw has been used. Nisha is going to be able to play with that timing in mind. Not too much that he has to threat when he turns up to these team fights.
And there's Global available too, so even if the chain stun comes out, like if Sox up finds an avalanche, they can probably
feels
counter.
strong, he's ready to go in chains, followed by the Global Silence. See the Mirana, snaking, try and get off to the side, but the slight's there. They take down both supports.
And they might even get the help. They will.
Extra 250 gold, I believe, going the way of Resolution, so more money for him. That'll speed up the Bloodstone. Really is, you know, saw Nisha being able to step it up a bit more in game 2, but here in this game 3, his Ember Spirit so far, so good here with these early plays. Aiming sort of on towards the level 12. Once he gets that item done after the Maelstrom, we'll see what it's going to be. If he feels he needs to get the BKB, play some sort of into some sort of safety for the next item. But at the same time, as we say, with sort of lack of lockdown,
he might not need it.
He can just build up that damage, continue to play aggressive.
I think he probably wants to look to play as aggressive as possible. The space for Crystallis is amazing right now. He's just having the time of his life on this Naga Siren 2K lead. And Secret, they're still clustered together. The lanes are all in a good position for them, so they can just keep looking to fight. Even though they don't have Global, this Ember's king.
Another catch here from Nisha, he's in with a slight chain. Brendan off to the side, they're going to dispose back onto Saxa, but Science and Puppy just get shredded by 33 and his Dinosaur. As Tundra, they're ready to see if they can catch more snakes. He's in with the arrow, quick turn the slight chains. Nisha's just able to take him out amongst them on Tundra. They continue to get more. 9 rolls in, takes out Rezo, who's got his eyes over towards Nisha. It's pretty deep here. Up towards the tier 2, they'll continue to try and chase him, chains back up. Well, Nisha starting to sort of dig there, a bit risky. He's going to get caught with the
Oh my
Nisha
God.
goes down. As Tundra, they hit back hard, straight down the mid, they take out 4.
And now Secret, they're looking for the fight. They're like, we don't have Global, we don't really care. We can still look to get this, but an Avalanche from the high ground, I think catches, what, 3 heroes? Axes as well from the Beastmaster, catches multiple. Tundra in position perfectly to counteract Secret.
Yeah, as we've seen time and time again from Tundra this series, they know when to go. You give them any sort of opening, and they just go straight for it. And both supports taken out, and then they know it's their time to rescind. This tier 2 starting to fall. Tundra, they're sticking around here on the aggressive against Secret. Puppy does have the Global up.
They have to try to take out this 33 Beastmaster somehow. He's doing way too much damage. Crystallis is still getting all the space in the world, but that is a pretty devastating hit. Losing Nisha like that.
Absolutely. We're going to get to see Crystallis have an impact this game that he just hasn't had in the series so far.
sure.
Right? Both game 1 and game 2, he just never really got the farm, pretty much stuck at the bottom of the cores. It will be a different story this time. So Crystallis, he'll absolutely feel a bit more powerful when those inevitable team fights occur that he has to turn up to.
That being said also, though, Skeeter has started to get ignored a little bit because of the moves Tundra's been able to counteract for Secret. He's got Manta. Now he can freely push out those waves without having to show his face. He can actually survive in most situations.
That's very true. I mean, as you said,
hard.
on the Medusa, you're always going to have a tougher time opening up in this sort of game. And Skeeter, arguably, he's got through that tough spot.
He got through one of the tougher ones, and he's always going to have excellent Mystic Snake targets. You just throw that onto the Lash in most situations, you get so much mana back in the fights. Secret have to be careful in these next few moments. Can't make another mistake like that. Gotta smoke up. Nisha's still having quite a bit of gold in the bank. 2,600.
She's snaking poke of the wave mid, but
Dire's
they want
top
something
tower
much bigger
is
than that.
under
They want
attack.
33's life.
This is the best kill
See
they
if they
can
can
find
blow him
right
up
now.
here with a combo. Straight in, but already 33's off the side. They find the chain.
Sox is here.
To help out. Rolls back up. They turn with the Raw onto Resolution, holding back the Leshrac. They'll turn his attention over towards Saxa instead.
Here comes
But
Peter.
Tundra, they want to look to try and take this fight. 9 rolls up straight up to the high ground. He's got the opening start on the Resolution. The roll continues, of course, through the song as Resolution's taken out.
They're still
And
chasing.
9, he's ready to close in on Crystallis as the song comes to an end. Illusion's back out for Crystallis, snaking. John Shaw for the Starstorm, trying to burst Secret down low. The curse kicks in onto 9, so no further spells available to be casted on the chase.
But now Roche.
Resolution's gone. 33 as strong as ever, steps over into the Roshan pit. They were so close to maybe catching 33 by surprise, but they couldn't quite find the initiation off the back of the rebound.
They waited.
They're trying to poke at them here, Secret. Sort of deter Tundra from committing to the Roshan. but it's rough.
They waited a little too long, it felt like on the Global. Every spell got casted, and then Global comes out. The Roar and the Avalanche was already there to kind of let 33 get the distance. So Secret, again, they have to be careful with these mistakes. It's gonna get punished every single time. Tundra is all at the ready to look for these fights, and now, with Skeeter at the ready to fight, they're gonna look for their own battle with 4 or 5.
Skeeter's ready to join, and he's got a point in the Stone Gaze as well. So ready to pop that ultimate. Stop Secret from being able to sort of take the fight head into them.
Sox has got Blink.
He's in with a jump. He gets the toss back. They'll get the quick pick onto Puppy. Puppy gets burst through. Rebound in front side, so towards Saxa. The Stone Gaze has been popped here, so Secret, they can't come in for now. Ooh! Rezo's actually going to end up tanking the Roar out the back of one of the illusions. Rezo's going to attempt to run down Tundra with this in mind, but off to the back lines, 9. Straight in, on top of Zayas, controlling the Marcy. Good bounces here off the cliffs. Leave Zayas, no option to escape. 9 takes him out pretty much solo. Jumps over the swashbuckle. Stun will connect though. 9, he's falling low. Nisha has the damage. They take down 9.
Can they chase for more?
They've got the curse on the 33, Rezo. Pops the Bloodstone, getting that mana back up. He's ready to chase. He's closing the ammo to the Beast Master. It's going to be another for Secret. Triple kill
Big
for
kills.
Nisha. Only Skeeter and Saxa left here for Tundra. Saxa, he still wants to fight. Jumps in with the toss. The Avalanche onto the 3 of them. They've taken out Resolution. There's going to be a buyback from Zayas. Secret, they're putting everything into holding this fight. Keeping Crystallis safe. Nisha,
The Dragon.
he's so low on mana. He hasn't really got much push off. He's sort of trapped up on the high ground. He's got one more slide of
He's
fist.
burning.
But Skeeter,
He's burning.
The burn for the Dragon. 33. Kills him off. Skeeter will surely die here. Can they really get him out? Oh, but they're going to get him out.
Is he really
They're
going to get
him out.
away?
They can't close the gap. Skeeter's going to
my
live.
God.
He's going to live.
Oh, Nisha gets stuck in that little spot on
And
the ledge.
the Dragon, the burn, he feels it there.
And the whole fight, too. A fight that lasts, I mean, what feels like almost 2 minutes. The Hawk is scouting everything in all these situations, too. Tundra, amazing at the way that they can reset from these fights. With Secret, they do get some big kills.
I mean, yeah, more. No, sure. Nisha dying at the end of it. I mean, look at his case. 10-2-2. He's still doing everything he can here to hold on to this game against Tundra. But in these fights, Tundra's still able to take to sort of the next level once again in this game 3.
I mean, look at the start, too. The arrow does connect on the noggin. They're almost able to get the Roar, but 33 unable to get it at the start there. I mean, crazy chases.
I mean, Skeeter being able to walk away as he did. Definitely going to feel frustrating there for Secret.
I mean, the way that they're able, just the reset, the constant reset and jump forward, the way they play around these cooldowns. Saxa, how many avalanche toss combos was he able to get in this one? How many axes did you see thrown out?
We'll see Skeeter about 2,300 gold away from the Skadi. If they couldn't kill him easily enough then, once he's got his next item done, he's going to be such a huge terror in these team fights.
Crystallis too, though, still getting big. The Orchid is finished, so he also has a level of control, perhaps,
Tundra
to catch this Pango.
They're ready to make the move. They know Roshan's up. They don't want to head straight into the pit. They want to try and get a pick off first. Secret relatively prepared, though. The 4th and group top. Rezo the one to be... That's very true. I mean, as you said, on the Medusa, you're always going to have a tougher time opening up in this sort of game. And Skeeter, arguably, he's got through that tough spot.
He got through one of the tougher ones, and he's always going to have excellent Mystic Snake targets. You just throw that onto the Lesh in most situations, you get so much mana back in the fights. Secret have to be careful in these next few moments. Can't make another mistake like that. Gonna smoke up. Nisha's still having quite a bit of gold in the bank. 2,600.
See Snaking poke at the wave mid, but
Dire's
they want
top
something
tower
much bigger
is
than that.
under
They want
attack.
33's life.
This is the best kill
See
they
if they
can
can
find
blow
right
him
now.
up here with the combo. Straight in, but already 33's off the side. They find the chain.
Sasha's here.
Help out. Rolls back up. They turn with the Roar onto Resolution, holding back the left track. They'll turn his attention over towards Saxa instead.
Here comes
But Tundra, they want to look to try and take this fight. 9 rolls up straight over the high ground. He's got the opening stun onto Resolution. The roll continues, of course, through the song as Resolution's taken out.
They're still chasing.
And 9, he's ready to close in on Crystallis as the song comes to an end. Illusions back out for Crystallis, snaking. Jumps over the Starstorm, trying to burst Secret down low. The curse kicks in onto 9, so no further spells available to be casted on the chase.
But now Roche.
Resolution's gone. 33 as strong as ever, steps over into the Roshan pit. They were so close to maybe catching 33 by surprise, but they couldn't quite find the initiation off the back of the rebound.
They waited.
But they're trying to poke at them here, Secret. Sort of deter Tundra from committing to the Roshan, but it's rough.
They waited a little too long, it felt like on the Global. Every spell got casted, and then Global comes out. The Roar and the Avalanche was already there to kind of let 33 get the distance. So Secret, again, they have to be careful with these mistakes. It's gonna get punished every single time. Tundra is all at the ready to look for these fights, and now with Skeeter at the ready to fight, they're going to look for their own battle with 4 or 5.
Skeeter's ready to join, and he's got a point in the Stone Gaze as well. So ready to pop that ultimate. Stop Secret from being able to sort of take the fight head into them.
Sox has got Blink.
He's in with a jump. He gets the toss back. They'll get the quick pick onto Puppey. Puppey gets burst through. Rebound in from Zion, so towards Saxa. The Stone Gaze has been popped here, so Secret, they can't come in for now. Ooh! Rezo's actually going to end up tanking the roll out the back of one of the illusions. Rezo's going to attempt to run down Tundra with this in mind, but onto the back line's 9. Straight in, on top of Zion's controlling the Marcy. Good bounces here off the cliffs. Leaving Zion's no option to escape. 9 takes him out pretty much solo. Jumps over the swashbuckle. Stun will connect though at 9. He's falling low. Nisha has the damage. They take down 9.
Can they chase for more?
They've got the curse on the 33. Rezo wants the Bloodstone, getting that mana back up. He's ready to chase. He's closing the ammo to the Beast Master. It's going to be another for Secret. Triple kill for Nisha. Only Skeeter and Saxa left here for Tundra. Saxa, he still wants to fight. Jumps in with the toss. The avalanche onto the 3 of them. They're taking out Resolution. There's going to be a buyback from Zayas. Secret, they're putting everything into holding this fight. Keeping Crystallis safe. Nisha,
the dragon.
He's so low on mana. He hasn't really got much push off. He's sort of trapped up on the high ground. He's got one more slide of
He's
fist.
burning.
But Skeeter,
He's burning.
off the burn for the dragon. 33. Kills him off. Skeeter will surely die here. Can they really get him out? Oh my, they're going to get him out.
Is he really going to get away?
They can't close the gap. Skeeter's going to live.
God.
He's going to live.
Oh, Nisha, he gets stuck in that little spot on the ledge.
The dragon, the bird, he feels it there.
And the whole fight, too. A fight that lasts, I mean, what feels like almost 2 minutes. The Hawk is scouting everything in all these situations, too. Tundra, amazing at the way that they can reset from these fights. But Secret, they do get some big kills.
Yeah, more. No, sure. Nisha dying at the end of it. I mean, look at this. He's 10-2-2. He's still doing everything he can here to hold on to this game against Tundra. But in these fights, Tundra's still able to take to sort of the next level once again in this game 3.
I mean, look at the start, too. The arrow does connect on the noggin. They're almost able to get the roar, but 33 unable to get it at the start there. Crazy chases.
I mean, Skeeter being able to walk away as he did. Definitely going to feel frustrating there for Secret.
I mean, the way that they're able, just the reset, the constant reset and jump forward, the way they play around these cooldowns. Saxa, how many avalanche toss combos was he able to get in this one? How many axes did you see thrown out?
We'll see Skeeter about 2,300 gold away from the Skadi. If they couldn't kill him easily enough then, once he's got his next item done, he's going to be such a huge terror in these team fights.
Crystallis too, though, still getting big. The Orchid is finished, so he also has a level of control, perhaps,
Tundra
to catch this Pango.
They're ready to make the move. They know Roshan's up. They don't want to head straight into the pit. They want to try and get a pick off first. Secret relatively prepared, though. The 4th and grouped up. Rezo, the one to be pushing out alone. TP on cooldown for 9 seconds. We'll see if he's able to get out of this area of the map in time.
They always have the Hawks scouting out, trying to get information. If they get the initiation onto one of the big heroes of Secret, it's going to be a really tough comeback. Even though they have global, one of those heroes will probably die instantly if Tundra does get that jump.
I mean, we see sort of from Secret as well. Skeeter pushing out the mid lane as kind of aggressively as he was over on Secret's half of the map. Secret, I suspect that something's up.
It's
sticking together, and now, sort of keeping the timing in mind, knowing that the smoke from Tundra's probably come to an end. They might try and sneak a Roshan off the back of their own smoke, though, rather than look for a kill. They're straight into the pit. 33 shows bottom. They know that they've got a bit of space to go for this. The question is, can they do it fast enough?
It looks like they do with the Unleash. It's about to drop down. Tundra do have the split push coming on, but yeah, this Roshan's gone.
That's a big move for Secret. A smart timing there with the smoke.
Now Rezo probably feels a lot safer. He can charge in, almost BKB done. He's going to be able to commit into those backlines easier. Secret find themselves a pretty big window here.
See what sort of the play is to be here from Tundra. A bit of a different position to what they've been in before in the first 2 games. Secret having this first Aegis on Resolution. But for the most part, very much has been the core that Tundra have struggled the least with taking down. Now he's got that Aegis. Tundra, they're going to have to think twice about how they go about these team fights. They're still going to try for it, though. They're in with the
Puppey showed his face.
Shadow 9. We burst onto Puppey.
What's that?
Caught out the Pango, but on the side, Zion's been caught by the Roar. 33 commits straight down, takes out Zion's, but Nisha's in. That's 9 out of the fight, and Nisha, Crystallis, they're in for more. Diving over towards Saxa with the Remnants. Saxa tried to toss it back, but with the axe, Nisha, he's still got Remnants to play with. Closes the gap. 2 more kills for the Ember Spirit. Nisha now up to 12 kills here, 24 minutes in.
They get the initiation onto the 2 supports, but Nisha, Secret, they're all there at the ready. Yeah, this Aghanims Saved the gold, got those big kills earlier, finished it up. Another 3,000 gold for him too.
I mean, he's getting to play exactly the game as you sort of expect him to be able to in this sort of draft.
Limited
He's
control.
playing it perfectly. Nearly hitting level 18. He's got 3k gold in the bank, ready towards his next item.
And Crystallis is
He's
starting.
a problem.
Crystallis is starting to get toward critical mass as well. Heart almost finished up. So will it catch him? The roar.
They got the roar.
Do they have enough?
And the Hawks crashing down onto him. It's a little bit more, but not enough. Nisha still able to get away. I mean, lucky enough for him, 33 hadn't quite picked up the Hex. Next time around, the Hex, it will be there. 33's got it done.
But they just, in this fight, they just get the perfect wrap run. They stick on Chris, and nobody helps. He gets a global to kind of cover him, but nobody else is able to actually get him into a better position.
I mean,
they full focus him.
It very much was a case of just biting off a bit more than they could chew. You see, so the plan here from Nisha, he wants to jump to the back lines, try and look for the easier kills, and then off to the side, sort of this heavy attempt from Secret to sort of commit in and try and help out Reza, get this kill on Saxa. All this sort of split focus means that Crystallis, he's got no help at all.
No help whatsoever. And they do have enough damage. If they're able to stick on him like that, they will always have enough damage to deal with this Naga Siren. Tundra now 4k lead. Right after we're saying that perhaps they could have some struggle, they find a beautiful angle, and now you said the Hex is also finished up for 33. So for Nisha, he's actually got a much harder game in front of him.
He's got to be careful. I mean, he's got a little bit of protection, of course, with the status resist of the Kaya Stand. He's trying to get the Linkers off next. In the mid, they're going to toss back into the arrow, into the Hex. They lock him down. Nisha's gone.
Oh, boy.
They
Instant
have
smoke.
the power to deal with him right now.
They're feeling themselves. Instant smoke. The roar is still available. They want more. 70 seconds. He just spent the gold.
I mean, Secret, they definitely are going to be feeling it after the outcome of that last fight. They know that Tundra's got this lead against them, and there's got to be sort of that really concerning feeling just sort of deep in their gut. When you get behind Tundra, you struggle immensely to get a hold back at the game. It's something that teams throughout the entire TI have struggled to do. Trying to turn around against a lead at this point, against this squad. Only very few have even come close to being able to do so. Secret, they've got to do something miraculous to hold on to this game.
It's a huge death, too. Such a long time. The Ember Spirit off the map. You can see Secret's kind of stuck in their base. Crystallis is really being, pretty aggressive being down here. He can even get caught pretty easily if there's just like a Hawk scouting him. So he's really pushing the limit of his hero down here. And Roche, it's going to get scouted instantly. It's going to spawn, and they'll have a small window to actually go for it.
I don't know if Secret's going to want to do anything about this whilst they don't have Nisha.
It's going to die so fast as well.
It really will.
With 9, all that minus armor.
And Secret, out of all the heroes, Ember Spirit may be one of the ones that could have gone for some sort of aggressive dive in to try and look for a steal.
It dies too fast.
It's so hard to do. Of course, Outpost under Tundra's control, so no real easy way for Nisha to get over here in time. Roshan gets taken, Aegis into the hands of Skeeter, and Secret, they may have come too close to the pit already. They jump on the Puppy, they drop the Eondis. 9, in with the Rolling Thunder, locking Puppy down across the stairs. Puppy falls, and Zayats, he's got to run. He'll miss there, protecting from that first instance of the Skadi attack. And Zayats, he's still got no chance of running.
Oh, and Rezo!
He's able to close on Rezo, gets the top back. They take the Roche, they take the Aegis, they take 3 more kills from Secret.
It's the way that, they're fighting the Roche, right? They're killing it. They're like, oh, we got this. So they Moonlight Shadow, run out, and go for catch while they're doing the Roshan. Tundra just on another level every single time. The way they take every single approach, every single fight.
Yeah, Secret starting to crumble a little bit once more. They've got to pull themselves together.
But how now? Skitter, he's the one full critical mass. The Mjolnir's done. He's got Shard.
I mean, at the least, Crystallis on the Naga Siren, he can continue to do this. Keep some of these lanes, split push out, cut the creep waves, limit the areas that Tundra's able to push in on, but already this top lane, it's hitting the tier 3s. Tundra, they're going to look to try and push on a high ground here.
And the big issue really for Crystallis is when is he going to be able to feel strong enough to get into a fight himself and do what Nisha's doing? He's 1, 3, and 2 on this Naga.
He's trying to get the axe here to sort of have that extra setup, but
will it be enough? Is it going to give him damage to actually walk into these fights? It doesn't feel like in Tundra. They've covered all their bases.
And they're so strong now around this push. 3 minutes still on the Aegis. So much time to play with, where they can look to take so much from Secret.
Rax, it's just dropping for free. Nobody wants to step up. They're scared of getting tossed. He's got the Ags.
Saxa! He's in with the combo. They catch Zayats out to the side. The arrow connects as well. Swashbuckle won't quite clip him. Neither will the axes, but 9 in with the Rolling Thunder. Finishes finishes off Science. Over towards Chrysalis now. The global silence holding back Tundra's aggression for now.
But they're not able to make anything of that global.
Secret will keep their distance throughout the remainder of the Rolling Thunder from 9. 30 seconds without their Zayas Marcy.
Another toss.
Saxa, the setup down to Chrysalis. The full-on Hex as well. He's been locked down. They've got to get Chrysalis back to safety. He's walking back to the fountain. They'll be able to allow Chrysalis to reset, but the damage is done. The racks have been taken out. Rezo, he tries to come in, but he gets too close. Rolls up. Rezo's out for 70. No buyback for the Leshrac.
They can't kill anybody during the global. They're just on full retreat. Secret is starting to look impossible.
It just doesn't stop it from Tundra. Once they've got a hold on the game, it's just this immensely tight grip. You cannot stop them. 12K lead.
All it takes is one fight, really, from Tundra. We saw 28 minutes, right? Things were kind of even, and then kaboom. They find absolutely everything they needed. And now Secret, they're pretty trapped. They've got the Lincolns now for Nisha, but as we said, where's the damage going to be coming from? Everyone on Tundra's feeling a bit too tanky with all these new items coming out.
And just, you know, as always, you've got to really point back to sort of how impressive it is for Tundra to do with this last pick Medusa, something that no one else was doing, something that was, by the sounds of it from Al, he sort of picked on a bit of a whim. Skeeter, he got the new Crimson Witness for it. He wanted to play it. It's looking pretty darn fantastic. It's up there at the top.
And they see Nisha.
And they get that opening.
They got the chain stun.
The global's going to be bought. Can he get him out in time? They can't. The lockdown's there.
He spent his gold on the Lincolns.
Oh, he's out for 80, and Zayats also found. Secret, they are crumbling, falling apart once again in this game 3. Tundra, they just know how to break you.
And they just know how to play with this vision, right? The Hawk, this time around, it always seems to be scouting.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
I believe they also now, that was the gem that they just picked up, gave to Nisha, and he didn't last with it for very long. Now it's on the Beastmaster. A full refresher, also, this Beastmaster, 33, a menace this game, 12, 1, and 16.
Oh my goodness. I mean, there's so much pressure on
at
Chrysalis
snaking
right now to just try and keep this game going. Resolution as well, they're doing everything in their power here. Secret to just cut these waves, push them back out. Good call there with the BKB TP out. That BKB didn't come. Resolution was dead for sure. He gets himself back to base. Secret, they're trying the best to prolong the game, buy time for Nisha to get back in, and that will certainly be the case. He'll be back up in 30. So Secret, at the least, despite this incredible lead that Tundra's starting to grow against them, they were able to hold them off, give themselves another chance. But each and every time, that chance becomes slimmer and slimmer.
I mean, the Rapier is queued up for Nisha. He's really starting to feel it. And, I mean, Chrysalis, he's got the Bloodthorn queued up. Perhaps this could be some solution to be able to focus fire some targets, but
he's got
Tundra,
a lot of money towards it.
He does. Tundra just, they're just playing so well off each other, protecting each other with Lotus Orbs, 4 stabs, etc. They have so many, 9 snaking both with those Lotus Orbs. So even if someone does get focus fired either from a net or from that Bloodthorn, they'll have ways to bail them out, as we've seen them do time and time again. And now their base, right? The base is just being shoved in constantly. Tundra always going to be able to shove those lanes in.
There's so much damage. With the Bloodthorn, the aggressive, you know, the offensive items, the defensive items, the Lotus ready to bail Skeeter out many dangerous spots. They have everything to just sort of empower this Medusa, allow Skeeter to just enter the front of the fight. And it will be so tough for Secret to take Skeeter down at this stage.
And they're even starting to get, you know, these tier 4 neutral items, so Global starts to get addressed as well. All these dispels, Tundra continue to stay as a unit. Secret continue to be trapped.
Puppy. Just gonna try and come out, maybe get a bit of vision, a bit of information. To take the outpost back, or at least tease with the idea.
Risky.
Take us.
Still a little smoke.
Oh, do they see it? Someone pings.
I mean,
they want the bigger target.
They've got themselves on top of Nisha.
Uh-oh, jumps left. They're pinging it.
I mean, his TP's on cooldown. That was put to a stop there by the jumper Saxon, so he has to make his way back to the base with a few remnants, but of course he's still got many to play with that Aghanim, so he'll be fine. Secret able to get everyone back to the base, but indeed Global's down. Maybe a bit of an opportunity for Tundra to once again try and take this game to the next step, look to push down for another set of barracks. We'll see how much they want to force it.
I think they're kind of on chill mode until Skeeter hits 25. If someone walks into them, they can look for the fight, but Skeeter, it unlocks a whole new potential of the hero when you hit 25 on this Dusa, especially versus this Naga.
I mean, it's true, and sort of the big thing that's standing out as well, just sort of the levels. You know, Tundra, they're able to get so much XP from the map from these kills. Skeeter just about to hit level 25.
Yep.
Meanwhile, for Chrysalis, of course, all of his farms pretty much done by the illusions, split pushing out the map, still stuck on level 19. Still a ways to go before he's really going to be feeling in a position to be able to stand his ground against the cause of Tundra in the team fight.
And a ways to go, really. Zayats, you know, he was getting close to BKB, what, 12 minutes ago or something? He still doesn't even have it done, so the scaling for them has completely stagnated. While for Tundra, it feels like all of them are scaling more and more with these small little items to protect each other.
There's not really sort of any easy target that, even with the BKB on Zayats, that he can sort of just commit in on with the Unleash.
No.
They've got ways to kite him out. Zax has got the items, Blinks, Forces, Yules.
And multiple ways to get that dispel, as we see. Witchbane's done, or Witchbane's picked up from the Medusa, and they did, I believe, have the Stormcraft on the Tiny, so yeah, ways to just reset away constantly, which has been kind of the bread and butter for Tundra. Resetting, retaking fights over and over again. And 25 now. Medusa, Skeeter, he's got the talent. So they're ready for their fights if anything comes to them. Playing it safe probably though. Final game perhaps for them. Playing around this Roshan timer, it's soon to spawn.
That's it, exactly. They can taste that victory.
Yep.
They know how close they are to claiming that Aegis of Champions. Every single time we see Tundra take the safest route out. They do not let these leads slip away. And they're going to do everything to make sure that nothing changes from that in this all-important game 3.
It's got to be frustrating for Secret at this point, knowing that they can't make any move outside, but at the same time also, if they give up the Roshan, they probably just know that there's no way for them to bring down this Medusa twice.
So the big item pickups that they are going to require is Chrysalis. And his next item done is going to be opting for the Nullifier after Bloodthorn, so some further aggressive sort of setup that they can play with.
Hard for him still just committing into these fights at this point. Tundra just has so much to deal with him.
Radiant
Went out with a smoke.
are
And try to get in there with the jump on a 33. See if they can take down this
Big
big
one.
spot before we get the roar up there. And on top of the 33, he's having the BKB on 30
He's
down the
alive.
side. They turn Skeeter. It's too much damage from the Medusa. Nisha jumps in. Will be able to finish on 33 in return. And we'll see the buyback coming straight away from Resolution 9. It's got him pretty deep here to try and chase down Puppy. Still with a bit of time there for the Rolling Thunder overall. Resolution did buy back for this. He's able to sidestep the arrow in time. 9 out with the swashbuckle. Secret, they'll look to chase, but the
They
pinch
have
there
to.
before the slide fist connects. He's out to safety 9. Now they want to get back in. Saxa in with the toss go on the side. This is Robin locked down. Nisha,
Oh
Nisha
my God.
out for 100. As Tundra, they'll chase him down. Rezo gone without buyback. It's only Puppy and Chrysalis.
And the arrow.
The arrow's there. Tundra catch him out. They're ready to run down mid. There's a lack of buybacks on Secret.
Secret felt the need. They had to chase to try to get more of the Beastmasters dead, but they get hit
There's
with an
no
onslaught.
buyback. No buyback on Resolution. And Nisha, he's 200 gold short. There's Tundra.
They're going to try to get some wrap
They're
around
going
the Tundra.
to some sort of surprise, but it's 2 against 4.
Dire's middle barracks.
As this push is not stopping.
Tier 4's dropping.
They've got a
Secret.
fortification, but still such a long time without Resolution, without Nisha, a full minute.
And the creeps are coming in top. They can't even cut the waves.
As the tier 4s, Tundra, they're pushing on. Secret, they've got to make their move now. It's going to be now or never if they want to try and stop Tundra.
They got to just run in.
And they've got to do something. The ancient
Ancient's
explodes.
dropping.
Tundra, they're looking to end inside. Jumps in, but immediately to his death. Chrysalis has got the illusions out, but he's surrounded. Taken out. The ancient is exposed. They're looking for the game. Tundra, they're on the ancient. There'll be a buyback from Chrysalis, but surely there's nothing.
He's just getting controlled.
Nothing to be done here from Secret as Tundra. They're closing it up. The ancient, it falls. It's
Oh my God.
Tundra have done it. The 3-0 clean sweep today against Team Secret here in the grand final.
What an unbelievable storyline. Undefeated. Tundra, unbelievable.
And the way they did it, it truly feels like fuck this team. They've cracked the code. They've solved Dota.
They broke
Their
it.
approach every single time, they're unstoppable.
Even when they get their heroes taken away, they always have some type of substitution. Every single player piggybacking off each
Look at
other.
them go.
Unbelievable. Snaking.
Red, Skeeter,
26 teams in 10 years, and he finally claims it.
Tundra, ladies and gentlemen, the OTI 11 champions.
Esports for the international.
Incredible moments here. As you said, a team that's worked so hard throughout the year. They've had their highs, they've had their lows, but they come in at their best when it matters the most here at the International Fog.
Last year, they weren't able to make it this year. They proved everybody, they proved to everyone how good they truly are.
It's incredible play across the board. Some of these players, you've seen them time and time again over the years, as you said, through different teams. I mean, a lot of them individually, the other pro